What's up, you fucking cave dwellers? You ready to read a book or what? Yeah! I didn't even warn you. Yeah, we're in here. We're in there. It's Monday. You know what that means. It's time for you to shut the fuck up and let me play how I want to play.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's all about Adam reads a book here on Dice Friends tonight.
Mm-hmm. We're going to do everything that I want to do. This isn't a fucking democracy. There might be a Canadian federal election going on right now, but nah, not here.
Nope.
There's only one choice. That's me.
Yeah,
I'm the choice.
You're the president of RPGs tonight.
Yeah, I'm the president of RPGs. Ooh, wait. I like this title. Sorry, everybody. I'm the president of RPGs. First bill, JRPGs, deleted from existence. Sorry, everybody. No more JRPGs. Yeah, they're gone. They're too long, and they're weird, and the characters are too young.
And there's too much shit on the screen.
Yeah. Nah, it doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
Second order of business.
Making the controversial choices.
Second order of business.
Yeah.
Mario RPG gets a game every year.
Hell yeah.
And not Paper Mario. We're talking Mario RPG.
The classic.
The only caveat is that no Geno. Geno is deleted from existence. Sorry, everybody.
That's a good... Which one would you take? A new Mario RPG every year from Square?
Yeah.
Or another... Or Geno exists? It's like,
Yeah. Or we delete Geno. Geno's gone. Third order of business. Disgaea deleted from existence. Sorry, friends. Too long, too many numbers, too complicated.
Isn't that covered under JRPGs?
Does this guy count?
Paul is also deleted from existence. No more. Nobody is allowed to ask any questions. Okay. I'm the RPG president. I've been named so by Beej.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is your... Ah, shit, he's gone. What are your feelings on MMOs?
Oh, MMOs?
Yeah.
Okay, hypocritical, because I play MMOs.
Which one?
We delete... I don't know. Guild Wars 2? Off the table! Everyone else is okay. Okay? Guild Wars 2, you're done. Deleted. Yeah. All right, that's it. Paul, you're allowed to come back now. It's okay.
Snap our fingers and he comes back into existence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
There he is.
The effects are top tier.
Wow, look at that. Paul just slides back in. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dice Friends. My name is Adam. I'm joined this week, as every week when we do these things, by Paul.
Hello.
And Beej.
Hello.
And this week, we are going to finish Night of the Living Dead. Our long journey is finally at its end. God, what a tumultuous couple weeks this has been, huh?
Like, you may ask, finish Night of the Living Dead, but you only have 5 of the 12 pieces of the Staff of Waterdeep. Doesn't matter. We're going to finish it.
Yeah, it doesn't. We're going to finish the fight. Ba, 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 ba.
I'm pretty sure like a bunch of the parts of the staff are like extra like decorative bits. Like the main part of the staff.
Yeah. We have the main part. The rest of it's just like extras.
Yeah.
You know when
you
like
the iron rod and the dragon tooth.
When you buy a car and you just get a bunch of extras, you don't need ABS or like, you don't need NOS, No.
We've got
all the times I've gone to buy a car, they're like, so did you want NOS? And I'm kind of like, you know what? Maybe you should just throw it in because I might use it from time to time.
You do that thing where like, when someone's like, you want to go get something to eat? And people look around like, yeah, I could eat. They're like, do you want NOS? And you look over at Heather and you're like, yeah, we can get NOS. Yeah, and Heather's like, yeah.
I mean, you don't need it now, but then sometime you'll want it and you won't have it, and that'll be when.
And sometimes it's like, well, the navigation package comes with NOS, so you have to take it anyway. And you're like, well, shit. I mean, if I have to take NOS at that point.
Hey, wait a second. ABS, definitely delete. Wait a second. That's a dumb joke. Wait a second. My initials are ABS. This is horseshit. Wait a second. Don't make me bang the cage, Twitch chat. I'm coming in hot today.
I think it's interesting that Anti-Lock Breaking and Adam B. Savadan are essentially antonyms of each other, because essentially whenever Adam's doing a stream, you know the brakes are off.
I like how you said Adam B. Savadan, but it's like, I do be a Savadan, you know?
Yeah.
Adam B. Savadan.
I do know your middle name. I just didn't think we were just throwing that out there. I wanted to keep the OPSEC clear, you know?
Yeah. No one's allowed to know my middle name, all right?
The B stands for Boshi? Oh my god.
Sure does. B stands for Beej. What if you found out my middle name was Beej?
What a mind blow that would have been in Road Quest.
Yeah. You'd be like, so Beej, my parents also named me Beej, and then we start crying, and then we hug, and then I'm like, and now I know what it feels like when doves cry.
Yeah, and I'm like, Martha! You're like, oh my god!
That's my mother's name! I love
Beej
that
is
movie.
like my parents.
Unironically. Yeah. My parents also named me Beej. All right, before we start, every week on Dice Friends, this show is brought to you by your generous support on our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. You ship us a couple bucks every month, and it helps us keep the lights on. It helps us do PPRs and streams like this, and it lets Beej do weird things in nature, and it lets Paul do all the fancy graphics things that Paul's known for. Also, one time, remember, everyone seems to gloss over the fact that one time Paul made a robot that distinctly for kicking people in the dick. No one ever brings that up, you know.
That was a character that I play.
Oh,
yeah, I can see why it might be confusing.
Oh, that wasn't you? Oh,
that was a character that I play
you.
that looks like me and is called the same name as me.
Yeah.
It's just a character I played. Patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Also, you can support us by going to store.loadingreadyrun.com. You can go buy some playmats or t-shirts or sweatshirts or mugs or water bottles or playmats or posters and
dice
hoodies,
vaults and dice
bags. Dice bags, dice.
Yep. We got some nice dice.
What else is there? Stickers.
That's right, yes. But
There
no
are
more
stickers.
hats. The hats are sold out.
Hats are gone. As the president of RPGs, hats are gone. I have deleted hats.
Wow.
Hats don't exist anymore. Sorry, everybody.
Not just our hats, but just like the concept of putting something on your head.
Yeah, there's no more. You're not allowed to put things on your head anymore. It's fucking done.
Wow.
Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Are we all ready to read this book and finish this shit and see Abraxa maybe foil their plans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So last time we met Orcus, and we lied to Orcus and almost got away with it, and then he clapped our cheeks, and it was anticlimactic.
It was kind of like I'm curious as we go through this, like if we do beat this.
Yeah.
Like I'll be curious to compare that the like good ending to what happens with Orcus, because it's like it doesn't seem that bad. You know, we saved Waterdeep. We get to be in charge of a bunch of the undead. Like that seems solid.
We got promoted. That's true. We did get a promotion.
The liches get killed. Like it seems like we achieved a lot of our aims. So we'll see what happens for the actual the proper ending. But it seems like we're like, okay, that was pretty good. Let's see if we can do better. But that was still pretty good at that point.
I like how somebody said, so we lied to Orcus and unfortunately he believed us. And that is true. Yeah, that was unfortunate that we were so good that Orcus was like, yeah, that's plausible, right?
Yeah. Rolled a nat 20 on that.
What do you mean they're betraying me? And then fucking showed up. And
that wasn't even a lie. They were betraying him.
Yeah, it's true. We did know. I had a hunch, call it a guess. I have a good intuition for these kind of things, If anybody's talked to me for longer than 5 minutes, I was like, that's usually the first thing people say. Like, wow, your intuition must be great. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good, Yeah,
good judge of character.
Yeah, razor sharp is what some people say. That's not a lie either.
Preternatural.
So, we're going to rewind back to the mirror room where there was a bunch of stuff to do, which we did all of it. There's 3 runes that teleport us. There's a weird person that changes different colors,
Yeah, the person-shaped portal that goes to either the plane of positive energy or the place where Orcus was hanging out.
I like how this person-shaped portal, you know?
Like
It looks like somebody.
It's
I
never
like to think the
explained
wizard.
why it's in the shape of a person.
I like to think the wizard just had to leave the keep really fast, and they just went through the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very cartoony.
It's just it's just like, and it's like frozen there. Yeah. And there's just like the vista in the background. All right, I think we just leave here, right? We didn't have anything else to do.
I think we did. Like, I don't think we went through the portal until we had finished everything because we assumed we would die.
Yeah.
We learned all the ruins will transport us places.
Yeah, all the ruins. I want to go back. Now, there's a couple things we can do. We can go back to the Fishman because we have the Stone of Speaking.
Right.
Remember?
Right.
We can finally converse with the... I like your effort, Paul, but that's not how he's going to talk. I'll tell you right now. I'll give you 3 guesses of what that Fishman's going to sound like, and the first 2 don't count, you know? So...
He's from the Eastern European part of the ocean.
Yeah.
It's from the Baltic Sea, you know?
Oh, there you go.
So we're gonna go to 137F, and we're gonna leave this place because I'm done with this.
Where we're going?
What I'm really hoping for is there's art of a bunch of fishmen and dolphins, and I don't know if you know this, but I do a killer dolphin impression.
Oh,
Ooh.
good. I can't wait.
It's very good.
Eastern European
Everyone who's
dolphins?
ever heard it, anyone who's ever heard my dolphin impression has said, "Wow, it's just like I'm in the ocean," you know. So,
all right,
we'll get there. I want to get there.
So where are you going?
137F.
Okie doke.
All right, you depart the room and find your way out of the tower. The smoking dragon looms behind you as you descend the steps. The cerebricule tells you of no other place in the sea ward of interest. Go to 82A. Find somewhere else to visit in Waterdeep.
This is just 82A is just the Waterdeep map.
Why wouldn't... Okay, so what I don't understand, I know it's world building, but it seems kind of like pointless busy work to make me go to 137F, read that fucking sentence, right? And then just make me go back to... Why not just make me go right to 82A?
I think the idea is they don't want you to suspect what's coming.
Oh.
They're like, oh, there could be... It's like you leave the building and then a monster attacks you.
Yeah, I guess that's true. All right, Beej.
That probably happens like once.
All right, don't ever make me look stupid in front of people again, okay?
Yeah, well, I'm just, I'm really into game design.
Wow. See my profile on Twitter? It's an egg. I'm really into game design.
Look, I'm just asking questions.
Yeah. I'm just asking questions. Don't get mad.
God damn.
All right. Where have we not been? We've been to Sea Ward. Dock Ward?
Haven't been to the Dock Ward. I guess
have we been to Southern? No, I think it's only Dock and Southern. We went to Castle Ward, but we got teleported right out.
Right, because we got sent to the harbor in this game. We've been to the harbor before, but in another game. But in this game, we got sent to the harbor and then left.
Yeah, so we went to the harbor, but we didn't really actually do anything there.
Yeah,
because there's a whole thing in the harbor with like a big water tornado.
Is that where the Fishman was?
Yes, because I think that's also he was going to come for us and we had to fight him.
Yeah.
Well,
let's go see the Fishman. Let's go to 159F.
All right.
I know that the first time we played, we went here and we just ended up killing the Fishman.
Yeah, and then later on, we found a thing to talk to him.
Yeah, I think this time we will come as a emissary of peace.
Hooray!
Instead of an emissary of war. All right. That marvelous harbor, which gives the town its name, or which gives that town its name. In your life, you recall, it looked lovely. But now, with your undead... Fuck, they just keep drilling this one in, don't they? But now, with your undead perceptions unable to comprehend beauty, you see only ice floes drifting in slush. And that whirlpool, a maelstrom 100 feet across. It makes a travesty of the harbor's reputation for shelter from storm. At least one piece of staff out there, mutters the shrunken head. Looking again at the whirlpool, thinking of the power it required, you shrink at the prospect of facing the lich that created it. And Abraxas said its partner, Harant, had more power to spare. You hope the staff of Waterdeep is as mighty as the liches seem to think, or your quest is hopeless. Right, says the weasel pointedly. Going in or not? Since you do not breathe and are immune to cold, you can walk underwater as easily as on land, or rather, with the same agony.
Great!
Wow.
Don't worry, walking underwater hurts just as much as walking on land. But
Which is
you're
a
underwater.
lot.
Have you thought about that in a while? Are you still breathing? How's your tongue feel right now?
Life is pain.
Beej.
Oh, when you think about blinking.
Oh, come on! Man! I do have a tongue. Fuck, I'm very aware of it. It sucks!
Oh, what a shitty thing to do to all of our viewers.
Yeah. All right. To enter Waterdeep Harbor, go to 94A, or go back. No, we'll go in. All right. 94A. 94 Canada.
Right. So we've been here before.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
check out the dumper on that merman.
Yeah. He's
It's thick, looking very muffin-esque. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, sad to see him go, but like to watch him swim away.
Wait, is the merman part of the horse? Look, there's no line. Look, hold up. Where does the merman end and the horse begin? Is it some kind of weird centaur?
I mean, he's got, like, I can see his left leg pretty clear.
Yeah, but like it melds in. There's no hips. There's no line. I guess maybe the line is, I guess it's covered by the canteen.
Oh, yeah,
I guess they're using, okay, never mind.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. He has a butt? Yeah, they have a butt twitch.
Why does he need drinking water?
That's booze, Beej.
Okay, thank you. That makes a lot more sense.
That merman has seen some shit, okay? We all cope in different ways. All right, standing among the docks, you look out over Waterdeep Harbor. No wind is blowing, and the only motion in the water should be a faint ripple of waves. But far out in the harbor, you see an indistinct turbulence, Abraxas whirlpool. You walk between the docks and march straight down into the water. It's an eerie sensation. As one of the living dead, you know that exploring under the water will not harm you. Since you do not breathe, you cannot drown. And yet you pause, with a twinge of apprehension held over from life, just before you plunge yourself fully into the harbor. The weasel, the spokesman of your subconscious, voices your worry. No, don't go down there. We'll drown. You cannot quite rid yourself of life's fears. Still, you have a mission. Submerging yourself fully, swimming and walking along the harbor bottom, you press on. After a few minutes, the weasel says, I guess I haven't adjusted to being dead yet. It's all in the thinking, you know. I have a question. If you die and come back as a member of the living dead, not the band, but the army, do you retain the skills you had in life?
Well, I don't know. It depends. Like, this guy's forgotten. I think it might be like a Jason Bourne kind of situation, you know? Like, this guy's forgotten a lot of stuff, but then when push comes to shove, he's like, bah, 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 bah.
The muscle memory kicks in.
Yeah.
So if your muscles haven't deteriorated, you'll still have muscle memory.
Depends on the skill of the necromancer. Is there like a D&D ruling for this? Like, do they have like an official?
There is, in the sense of most. There is a line in D&D in between like undead that are like sentient and remember who they were, and undead who aren't. Like zombies and skeletons and stuff aren't like the person. They're just animated. They took the corpse. They took the corpse of the person and they're animated by magic. Like there's no actual person in there.
But isn't that us?
No, apparently you're more than that right now.
Okay. I'm just curious, like, do I lose? So if I come back as Zombie Adam, can I still swim? Can I still skate? Not that I skate that often, but I don't think I'd want to lose that skill. I like being able to tell people that I'm able to skate, you know?
I mean, what you tell people and what you can actually do don't have to be...
What happens when I get called out on it? Like, all right, motherfucker, and they hand me a pair of skates, and they're just like, fucking show us up.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, this is awkward. I can't skate.
I've come back from the dead and I've lied about my ability to...
Me, a zombie? I can't look like an idiot. I don't even eat their brain. They just eat their brain.
Yeah, that's why zombies eat brains. It's just to avoid awkward situations.
It's like, hey, oh, I can totally drive. Oh, yeah? Fucking show me. All right. Let's see. Like, serious. Still, you have mission, blah, blah, blah. Walk on the hard bottom, you press on. After a few minutes, the weasel says, guess I haven't adjusted to being dead yet. It's all in the thinking, you know. Air bubbles forth from the shrunken head's mouth, and you peer down at it. Okay, why the fuck does the air... it doesn't breathe.
Maybe it had, like, air inside its mouth when it opens?
That doesn't make any sense, though, right? Because the reason the bubbles happen is because we have lungs, and the fucking air pushes out.
Well, but there might be just, like, air trapped inside the head just from, like, being up above the ground.
Wow, Paul, I didn't know you were under the paycheck of fucking big TSR. Fucking, you gonna defend more of their shoddy world building or what?
I was proposing a possible reason why there could be bubbles coming out of the head.
No, I want snap decisions immediately. Usually in my favor, and anytime anybody disagrees with me, I delete them from existence. Yeah. I don't know what's into me today. I don't know. I just feel like shooting.
It is election day. Like,
that's true.
Let's be honest.
You know when people say like shoot first and ask questions later? I want to shoot and ask questions at the same time.
You have to ask the questions really fast, though.
Yeah. Think you can duck this?
Yeah. Just to make everything more confusing. Just to shoot and ask questions.
Where did I park?
In the scratchy lawn. Oh, fuck. All right. Air bubbles forth from the shrunken head's mouth, and you peer down at it. With the telepathy of the undead, you ask, "Are you all right?" Salty. It's all right. I like how we asked that. Are you okay? Fuck. Salty. Oh, you're gonna have a heart attack at like fucking 35 if you keep eating all this salt. The world below is bizarre and fascinating. Schools of fish, unaffected by the effluvium, dart here and there, feeding. Some, bolder fish, sidle up and nibble at you, but your undecaying flesh has no attraction for them. They swim off, uninterested. The harbor bottom is free of large plants and utterly devoid of the trash typically found at the bottom of harbors. You dimly remember the mermen hired by the city to keep the harbor clean. Still, it's better to swim than walk. A thin layer of mud coats the harbor bottom, and walking only stirs it up. You can see in these depths nearly as well as in the air above, but mud still obscures your vision.
It'd be edge, like a merman just like going by in a Zamboni. Like, don't mind me. Just
another day, another dollar. It's a living, you know. Yeah. At the edge of a gravelly slope above deeper water, you almost wish for blindness as you spot the whirlpool. Jesus, that's kind of extreme, right? I didn't know our character was so dramatic.
Like, oh my god, it's a whirlpool. What's so bad?
I guess he doesn't find it beautiful for some reason.
If only he could detect beauty.
Mm-hmm. Look, it looks like he didn't get that paladin spell, right? Detect beauty. Oh, it's in the eye of the beholder, right?
Yeah.
Which eye, though? There's 13 of them. Oh, man.
I didn't know that. Oh.
What?
I'm learning so much. I didn't know beholders had 13 eyes.
Yeah. I think it's 13, right? They have 12 and then the one big eye?
I don't know if there's like a specific number that they have, I think it might be variable, but...
No, I think it's 13. I'm pretty sure it's a hard answer. Come on, Twitch chat.
All right.
You gotta help me out here. Oh, it's 11? Fuck.
Well, two people now have said it's 11. No. Shit.
10 plus
Shit.
1.
Keep rolling in.
All right. Well, mods ban everybody that says 11.
Ban
anybody. Yeah, it's 10 plus 1. Right. It's 11. Fuck. I was close, right? Nah, Sarah. I thought we were friends. Sucks. Damn, even the mods are against me. All right. In the distance, a veritable tornado of water descends from the water's surface to touch the harbor bottom. Ice flows from above, spiral down the length of the funnel to the whirlpool's narrowest point, where it touches. A lighthouse. Built much in the human fashion, the lighthouse stands on the harbor bottom, tall, simple, elegant, topped with an enclosure for its magical light. This is the merman's lighthouse, guiding the merman patrols.
Nice.
that guard the entrances to Waterdeep Harbor, while at the same time providing a subsurface beacon for ships above. But its light is now eerily shrouded. Beside the lighthouse is a garden, something of a park for mermen. Yeah, it's like a merman park. It's like a dog park. It's like
I take your merman for a walk. What?
Where underwater plants grow and rare sea life prospers. You are not alone in observing the whirlpool. A few dozen yards from you toward the lighthouse floats a sentinel, a merman astride his steed, a giant seahorse. You can see a little of his expression at this angle. It's unhappy, worried. What does he know of the danger above? Would he help you, or would he take you for the enemy? You may approach the merman in a friendly fashion, attack him from behind, although you can recall this wasn't your usual practice in life, or alert him to your presence and attack openly. Why not just alert him of our presence and not attack openly?
Sup?
You know?
I mean, I think that's the approach in a friendly fashion.
Just a wave.
You try to clear your mouth and just a bunch more bubbles come out.
Yeah. No lungs, fuck. Or you may leave the harbor altogether, returning to the city proper, or the docks, or emerging in the countryside outside Waterdeep. DM, I comment on his booty.
Yeah.
I
like Twitch chat. We don't know.
I just like the merman. He's like,
I guess
looking at this giant whirlpool, being like, that's not good.
Mer person. Yeah. Uh-oh.
All right. Roll to perceive his ass.
Yeah. Wait, let me get the dice roller.
Okay.
What do I have to roll?
I'm gonna say it's a 12, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to roll like 8 or above.
8 or above? Jesus.
How can you miss that ass?
Who wrote this adventure? Fuck. It's horse shit. All right, one sec. 8 or above, hey? This is the easiest 8 or above I've ever hit. Actually, easy 10, baby. Okay, well,
Boom.
8 or above. I perceived the ass. Man, suck it, Beej. Never give me...
See, weirdly, it's the only thing of beauty you can perceive in this game.
You got any more horseshit trials I gotta pass before I get to play the game, or what?
There's 11 left at this point.
Oh, man.
Because you're underwater, nobody can see the single tear that rolls down your cheek.
Yeah.
As you were able to perceive.
Keep Waterdeep Harbor beautiful.
Well, yeah, the weasel's like, wow, really pretty. Yeah. All right. 123F. We'll approach friendly, right?
Yeah.
123F. As you carefully and obviously move into his view, the merman whirls his sea seat around and glares at you. His heels dig into the sea horse's scaly flank, and he raises his harpoon to attack. Do you wear a speaking stone? Yes, we do.
Yay.
If so, go to 60B. All right.
Not in the face.
So, what?
You get stabbed in the face.
I have a question. What language do mermen speak? Do they have their own language?
I mean, I assume so.
Because, like, in D&D...
In D&D, there is, like, an underwater language.
Yeah.
Aquan?
Aquan?
Sounds about
right. Man, I love that band. All right. Wait, you cry. I am not your foe. Startled at the sound of your voice, the merman lowers his harpoon, but he keeps it pointed cautiously in your direction. Not the enemy, he asks in a musical, bubbling voice. You are the dead that walks, denier of destiny, food for fishes, the enemy of all who live. You shake your head. I have been monstrously changed by living death, but I fight against the other dead. I seek allies and information to use against the liches who brought this horde on Waterdeep. Wow, we talk like an asshole.
Yeah. Also, the fish won't eat us. They tried and they just left.
Our character talks like Vince McMahon thinks humans talk. You know?
Maybe that's
right.
Maybe Vince McMahon. That's what he spent a lot of time, playing these games when he was a kid.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I love Night of the Living Dead. That's good shit. Yeah. Like, oh, man. All right. All right. I seek allies and information to use against the liches who brought this horror on Waterdeep. On your harbor, help me or tell me of the staff of Waterdeep. I seek its pieces to use against our mutual enemies. The merman regards you with wide eyes. I do believe you. That was quick.
Trustworthy face.
Yeah. He sounds as if he cannot believe he is saying the words. It would be far easier for you to slay me from behind than to persuade me with words.
Damn.
But I cannot help you. We sea folk are too few in numbers, stretched too thin during this disaster. We sent dolphin messengers, alerting other sea people and human communities up and down the coast of what was occurred in Waterdeep. We patrol and slay the undead when we find them, but that is all we can manage. I cannot abandon my duties.
We sent dolphin messengers, but it turns out nobody else knows. Like, they just think that they're like dolphins playing in the harbor, and they just like throw fish at them. They don't know what the dolphin's trying to say. That was kind of a mistake on our part.
Yet, I can tell you something of the staff. There. He points over his shoulder toward the Merman Lighthouse that stands at the base of the roiling whirlpool. That is the home of Salahas. He tended the lighthouse, and he was a craftsman of wondrous objects. Not long ago, he made a piece of the staff from a piece of ice that never melts. His craft impressed us all mightily. Now that the Lich has come, this dead horror took over the lighthouse, slew Salahas, and summoned the monstrous funnel of water into being. I have not dared approach close enough to find out why. Before he died, Salahas took his piece of the staff and hurled it into the sea. I know not where. I heard this tale. He kind of talks like, that voice sounds like the dude from Princess Bride, but I am left-handed.
Yeah, right.
All right. He hurled it into the sea. I know not where. I heard this tale from a dolphin who witnessed it. Oh, fuck, please let us talk to a dolphin. But that dolphin is long gone.
Dolphins are notorious liars, too.
Yeah. Warning mermen up the coast. She'll not be back for days. He looks over you again. His lips curl involuntarily, and he shudders with fear of the unnatural. I wish I had known of you in life. You must have been a noble warrior, but now I cannot stand the sight of you. I must leave and return to my duties.
Tell me what you really think. Jeez.
Yeah. But here, he removes his canteen, shakes out 4 black pellets from it, and gives them to you. Tools of my race, these are. We call them water blossoms. Hurl them at the foe. They cannot miss their mark, and will do him no good. That doesn't fucking tell me anything. What do they do?
No good.
Well, hey, how many points of damage does this do? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not in the game.
This ain't no
What
game.
the fuck do you mean? You just throw them at people. Like, he button hooked me. Fucking, I was superimposed. I heard the old man walking away like, what the fuck is superimposed? Oh, man. All right. If you wish to take the water blossoms, they count as a single possession. I take them. In combat, during any round when you would strike a foe, you may instead hurl 1 or more of these pellets at him. They explode when they strike, doing 1 point of damage for each pellet you throw. Once thrown, they are gone. Keep track of how many you use. Wow.
1 point of damage? That's kind of bullcrap.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's guaranteed damage, right?
True.
And there's so many fights where, like, I have to hit them 3 times, but they have, like, 1 hit point left over. I can just throw a pellet at them.
All right.
And
Cool
you're
walk
done,
away.
yeah.
You got
That's a good point.
4. Yeah, you throw it and then you turn and walk the other way. So you're not looking at him when he explodes.
Yeah. That's how it works. We may both reach shore against this current, you say, with a curt nod. He speeds away on his mount. Return to 94A to keep looking around, or go to 74D to leave the harbor and return to the docks. You also think you might save time visiting the countryside. Okay, no. So let's go to 94A.
Well, that's interesting. There's like another way to the countryside by going this way. You can go through here.
I wonder if it's any different.
Maybe it makes it so like you don't have to cross off as much time on your thingy.
Possibly? I don't know. Maybe. All right, so there's a harpoon. See, I didn't get to investigate any of this last time because we just fucking murdered his ass.
Yeah.
Actually, so...
Well, so presumably the
seahorse,
harpoon and the
belt.
seahorse aren't around anymore.
Did he leave?
I'm going to say no, because if they're there, we still get to look around.
Sure, okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
So
we'll see. We'll see when we go look. If it says like, if the guy is gone, you can't do this.
No. Well, let's go find out. 96E. 96E. Echo.
Go.
Oh, yeah. You cannot examine the harpoon unless the merman is dead.
Oh.
The merman still lives. Return to 94A and make another choice. Okay. Well,
I do like, it's like, here's the image. It's like, you see a seahorse and a harpoon. Do you want to investigate them? It's like, there's like a guy holding the harpoon, right? Like, this isn't just...
It's a harpoon and then a seahorse next to it.
Yeah.
I guess all of these first three will not be here then?
Or
you
you
could
can't.
check it.
I mean, the belt and the canteen are probably just, you can get more. You can get the seed loss, like that stuff. Like if you killed the guy, you would get.
Oh yeah, you would have dumped it out. It would be funny because you dump it out and be like, "There's 4 black pellets. Do you want these?" Yes. What are they for? I don't know.
Delicious. Nom nom nom.
Well, 84B has like a entry that's not gated behind anything.
Okay. Let's try it.
All right, the seahorse is a fine steed, strong enough to bear a full-grown merman for many hours of travel. How big are mer people?
I have to assume they're roughly our size.
Really? Is there a merman walking around fucking 6'5", fucking 280, just jacked to the gills?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be the same kind of, your weight underwater. You have more buoyancy. So I mean, fish get bigger than that. So
what? Yeah. 6'5", 280 pounds?
Yeah.
Well, I guess whales do.
Yeah. Sharks.
To the gills. Yeah, about as big as humans. Like if I went to Atlantis, would I be really big?
I mean, on land you're already really big, so I think in Atlantis you would be really big. Yeah.
You'd think people underwater could grow bigger.
Why?
Oh, that's true. Because less strain on the body. The body could elongate because there's less.
Hold up, you're telling me I could be taller if I just lived underwater?
You'd have less. You'd have less.
It's like living in low gravity.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be RB. I'm gonna go to the ocean.
You just have to be able to you'd have to be able to deal with all the pressure on all parts of your body, pushing on it at all times, and also being able to breathe is important.
Oh yeah, that's important, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't think that one through. It's a good thing I'm cute.
If you meet enough fish, you might be able to suck the air out of their bodies while they're breathing.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, this is getting weirder. I don't like this anymore. Never mind. Leave the fish alone. All right. But the animal, sensing your undeath, is edgy and jumpy around you. It is impossible to get near it. Its power makes you think of your own white war horse and how proudly you rode into battle upon it, your head held high. Of course, our character is so boring that they just had a fucking horse. Can't you pick anything?
Yeah. Like a camel.
Yeah. A giraffe? I'd pick a giraffe. That'd
owl
be fucking... bear. Wait, can you pick an owl bear?
Well, I mean, it's in D&D, right?
Yeah. What are the limitations? Pegasus? Nah, Pegasus are played out. I bet you Pegasi are assholes.
I have a chariot pulled by 6 kobolds.
An owl bear is like a monster.
That's slavery, Beej. What the fuck?
I feed them.
Like D&D does differentiate between monsters and animals, usually.
You picked a duck big enough to ride? See, that's good. I like that. Yeah, just a big duck. It's like shut the fuck up.
I'm just going to ride into battle on 100 horse-sized ducks. 100 duck-sized horses. There you go. 100 little horses. Just
kobolds have no souls? That's true. They don't have any souls, but I mean, do you really want to chain them up to a chariot and just let them drag you around? They probably wouldn't listen to you. Release the quacking. All right. Twitch chat, no more jokes. You're all banned. Okay?
There apparently was a prehistoric beaver that was the size of a bear.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. You were a fine warrior, dedicated and brave. On the many occasions when you fought atop your mighty steed, you always gave a good account of yourselves. It was not a pretty sight. The blood, the gore, the cries of agony from friends and enemies alike dying around you, but it was a part of your life.
In hindsight, you probably could have had better aim with the sword that you weren't hitting all your friends all the time. But it's their own fault for getting too close.
He went to a brothel. That guy. He was gambling.
Yeah, you're telling yourselves lies. Yeah, you probably hit his kids. You're just murdering people. Oh, man.
Jesus.
Look,
Just
if
making
that
up
guy
excuses.
wasn't, it's like if you're a paladin. If that guy wasn't intended to die, you know, God wouldn't have let you kill him. It's
That's
fine.
right.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
God would have stopped it. So really. Memory fades and you return to your surroundings with a sharper sense of who and what you were. Return
Mark
to
off a
948.
half hour on your sheet.
Yeah, fuck, could you imagine? That would be so good. Mark off an hour. For
Yeah, you didn't
fucking
actually get
standing
to.
around.
You didn't actually get to like see a memory. That was just like a separate.
No. So
All
they
right.
said the M word, but didn't give me the M word.
Go back and look around some more.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go check out the lighthouse.
All right.
Because that fucking merman was too much of a coward to go check it out himself. Man, they'll just let anybody patrol Waterdeep, won't they? No wonder the effluvium took over with fucking guards like these, huh? What
mean,
are my tax? Wait a minute. What
the
are
guy
my
underwater
what are my
probably
tax
was-
dollars paying for?
To be fair, the guy underwater probably couldn't have done a hell of a lot against the effluvium.
That's
Like,
true.
oh, we're sending 100 gold crowns a month to the underground or the underwater labyrinth or to the underground. Fuck! If I'm just gonna keep fucking this up, I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah. Take it again, Beej. You can do it. I believe in you.
It's just like, why do we keep sending 100 gold crowns to the underwater lighthouse? And it's like, no reason.
Yeah.
Why do we even have? That sounds like bullshit. Do we even have an underwater lighthouse?
Look into it. Yeah. I'm gonna look into this lighthouse fund. No. Just let it breathe. You know.
Yeah.
All right. I like this art though. Why is there a spooky ghost like lounging around on the job? Caught him on break.
Oh no.
It's a lazy ghost.
Yeah. Which, when you really think about it, all ghosts are kind of lazy, right?
Yeah. You're right.
Right? I mean, fucking get a job. Quit leeching off the taxpayers' money. Do something with your life. Your unlife, I guess.
Yeah.
I've never seen a ghost with a job. True. Yeah. You approach the Merman's lighthouse beneath Waterdeep Harbor. Although maintained as a beacon for merman patrols, no light issues from it now. Instead, it has become an instrument of your undead enemies. A gigantic whirlpool rises and roils next to the lighthouse, stretching from the surface to the structure's base. Great flows of ice whirl down its length. As you watch, one great chunk of ice strikes the lighthouse and explodes. Pieces tumble in all directions. You stand on the flat roof, standing on the flat roof of the lighthouse is Abraxa, your so-called patron.
Nice.
Even from here, you can see the Lich gesturing, directing the whirlpool. All Abraxa's attention is on the whirlpool. You can probably move about in the water beneath the tower without being discovered. The lighthouse tower has an entrance at the bottom, an entrance not made for humans, but round, better suited to a swimming entry. Above it, a railing girdles the tower. This reminds me. There was a brief period of time where I played Final Fantasy XIV, and in Final Fantasy XIV, there's a secret Lalafell clubhouse, and I wasn't a Lalafell, and I never got to go inside, and that is going to haunt me for the rest of my life.
I mean, is that why you cancel JRPGs?
Yes,
And
that's why.
MMOs?
And MMOs, yeah.
Wow.
I can't. I just can't. I still don't know to this day.
They know what they
what's
did.
in there. Yeah, I still to this day don't know what's in that Lalafell clubhouse, but I stood outside it a lot. I was looking through the windows, like, you gotta be doing something in there, you know?
It must be great.
Yeah.
It's the ancient and secret No Adams clubhouse.
Yeah. You just see one of them, like, look over and see me and close the blinds. Yeah. Like, no, damn it. All right. The lighthouse tower has an entrance at the bottom, named for humans, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Nearer to you, 3 objects float unsupported above the harbor bottom, but what holds them up? You may swim up to the lighthouse roof to talk with Abraxa, leave this area, or investigate the cluster of floating objects. Or you may look around, but you cannot examine the first 3 items on the list until you go to 83E.
It's funny the way it's like in the text of the thing, it says like there's 3 objects mysteriously floating. But then you look at the picture, it's like, oh, they're in a ghost. That's it's like not a secret.
They're inside the ghost. I'm going to go to 83. Well, I guess I'll go to 83E first.
To investigate the floating thing?
Yeah.
All right.
You cautiously approach the cluster of floating objects. After a moment, You realize that they're not just floating, they're also supported within a shape, a translucent shape you can barely distinguish from the surrounding water. The shape is large but humanoid and made entirely of water. A water elemental. You remember from life without context. Hold up. If you have to say without context, then there's probably context.
Yeah.
Without context, meeting some of these magical beings composed of pure liquid, good or evil. Their personalities differed as much one from another as any two human beings. As you regard this one, it weakly lifts its globular head to gaze at you. Will you attack, talk to it, ignore it, and simply reach inside it for its treasures as it contains? Or forget about the elemental and return to studying the lighthouse again?
I feel like reaching into an elemental without its, consent would be considered to be,
an act of war?
At least
Poor
rude.
etiquette?
At least rude, if not, worse than that.
Yeah.
It's like you go to shake their hand and like, oh dear, my hand's inside your body now. I'll just take it.
Sorry, like, it's okay, it happens. Made of water.
Oh, I wasn't sure whether that was what character you were. Yeah.
Look, okay, you know what, Paul? Fucking just I'm doing my
it's
best.
that's what I was saying. I'm glad you said made of water. Now I know.
I'm glad you were clear on your fucking one of your two voices that you use for everything. Like,
water elementals known for saying, made of water.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna try talking to it because that always ends well, right?
Yeah.
Well, you've got the thing. They worked on the mer guy.
Yeah. You talk to him and he stopped.
Holy shit. Wow, what an opening salvo. Who are you, sad creature? Our character's
the elemental's like, what? Hey, man.
Who's sad? Yeah. Hey, who are you, sad creature, you ask? Why do you lie here, weak and in the shadow of great evil, so far from your native plane? The elemental stirs.
It's rude to be like, oh, you're looking really sad today.
Yeah.
That's
sad, yeah.
That's not cool.
Hey, look, have you just tried being happy instead? It's very easy.
My name's Dennis. I didn't know you were called Dennis. You didn't bother to find out, did you?
Yeah. The elemental stirs. Its voice, a deep but pained bass, resounds from the white gem inside it. I am a prisoner. It moans. Far away in the seas that birthed me, I was powerful, a ruler of my kind. But that dark wizard, this is like very like, I'm an Arabian prince. Here's $5 million. If only you answer this email. Yeah. But that dark wizard, it gestures feebly at the lich on the tower, summoned me and many more of my kind, bound us and used our energies. It converts great quantities of water into some horrid red fluid, like mortal blood, Gross. That drains down deep and under the ground. Senseless. Awful. Can you help me? Can you help me? It begs. Do not let me perish in this dismal dimension alone and friendless. Remove the dark gem from my person. It binds me here and slowly destroys me. But please, use your blade, not your hand. Fuck, this is some weird kink.
Yeah.
Use your blade, not your hand, for the gem could harm you as well. This is a very weird kink. I'm not going to kink shame this fucking water elemental, but this seems like a lot to take on,
It's like, don't let me perish alone and friendless. Okay, we're friends.
Now you can die around your loved ones.
Dennis has joined the party. All right.
Yeah. All right. Obligingly, you carefully push your blade through its torso, like putting a straw through a soap bubble. Catching the dark gem, you flick it free of the elemental's body. The gem disintegrates as soon as it reaches the outside water. Free! The elemental shouts in your mind, and the water churns as it swims upward joyfully, powerfully. I am indeed grateful. How may I help you, warrior? Do you know anything of the Staff of Waterdeep, you ask? I seek it to destroy your former captor. Gladly would I help you with your quest. Yes, I know of the piece of the staff, a piece made of unmelting ice. I saw it plunge into the lighthouse tower, and I escaped to toss it upon the currents. They carried it far from here, to the cave of the Moray Eel. Come, I will take you there.
Nice.
I had a friend years ago, they called me a moray eel all the time. And
As like an
I don't
insult?
know why. Yeah, I don't know. Just all the time. Just fucking moray eel.
I mean,
he was a weird fellow, but yeah, it was oddly specific. Moray eel, huh? Are moray eels dangerous?
Yes.
Maybe that's why he called me a moray eel.
They have a pharyngeal jaw as well, so they bite you with one mouth, and then when they've got you, they bite you with the inside mouth.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
They're like an alien?
I feel
Wait,
like
they got two mouths?
I feel like they're the kind of thing that like they like hide. They hang out in like little alcoves in the rock and stuff, right? So you just like stick your hand into like a weird hole and then get a moray eel.
What's the song? How's the song go again?
Have either of you been bit by an animal that's like not a dog or a cat?
No.
Christ, have I?
You know? Now I'm just thinking about it.
I've been bit by a hamster. That
Really?
wasn't terribly dangerous. And a mouse.
Mosquito? That doesn't count.
Yeah. Hamsters and mice I've been bitten by.
Have any of you been bit by like a fucking lion or a tiger or like, a bear?
Oh my. No.
No, you know what? Now that you mention it, none of those things have happened to me.
Yeah. I feel like that's something I would remember.
You wouldn't be alive? A goat? You've been bitten by a goat? That would fucking hurt. I bet you goats eat cans. Goats eat oats and dozy dotes. And little lambs eat ivy. Kid'll eat ivy too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I guess.
A goat tried to eat my brother's hair. Because he had like, when he was a little kid, he had like blonde hair, and I just thought it was like straw. It was like, nom, nom, nom.
A moose once beats my sister.
You got headbutt by a goat once right in the face? Holy shit. What'd you do?
When the jaws open wide and there's more jaws inside, that's a moray.
Okay. All right. I'm Tangent City today. Fuck, we gotta finish this book. All right. Fuck, I gotta stop asking my stupid ass questions every 3 seconds. You ever see me lean over like this and know I'm just gonna say something stupid?
Wait, is that...
That's your tell!
I didn't actually notice that you had like a specific stupid question pose.
Yeah, I have a stupid question pose.
Holy shit.
I do it in Sidewalk Slam all the time. I'm like, hey, Graham. I just start leaning. You know when I lean, it's like some fucking form of idiocy is going to come out. You should just probably ignore me. All right. Let's see. If you have not already found the ice piece of the Staff of Waterdeep, go to... Wait a minute. That implies it's somewhere else.
I guess you could...
Right, you should never go to a secondary location.
Or maybe you could have gotten it a different way.
You think so? Okay, well, I'm going to...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I guess we're going to 137A.
Yeah, let's do it.
I trust this water elemental with my life.
Yeah.
It's interesting that like you went talk to it and like you didn't make a choice in terms of like freeing it from the thing. It was just
that's
like,
weird, right?
You talked to it and then just did it.
Well, we didn't get like immediately punished,
That's true. Yeah.
I mean,
So that's nice.
Let's see what happens on 137, I guess.
Yeah. The elemental swims along slowly to accommodate your less skillful progress. Wow, we'll rub it in, why don't you? Towards the distant merman garden. The Lacedons, foul carrion eaters, have scoured the whole harbor looking for the staff. If they have found it, we are lost. Hurry, for our goal is just ahead. Mark off a half an hour travel time. Near the sunken garden of the mermen, the elemental comes to a halt and points at a hole in the harbor bottom. A hole large enough for a moray eel, but not for you. There is where the piece of the staff disappeared. One last thing. The elemental reaches within its own body and pulls out the white gem, extending it towards you and dropping it in your hand, but still touching it. This is a speaking stone. I fucking got two. I'm dual wielding speaking stones. Like, anybody else want to talk to me? I'm fucking Rosetta Stone right now. I just speak all the languages. Fucking Spanish. They're like, muy fantastico.
It's like, when you're on a Zoom call and you're like feeding back to yourself. Now you're just like,
Yeah.
Please put away one of your speaking stones.
Please.
I'm speech jamming here.
All right. Okay. This is a speaking stone, the elemental says, its voice now coming from the stone in your hand. It will allow you to converse with mortals and living beings. I hope it is of use to you. Now, my own dimension calls me. With that, it disappears.
You're gonna start using that as a way of leaving rooms, aren't you?
Yeah.
My own
dimension calls me. I must leave. Like, boo. All right. With that, it disappears. If you already have a speaking stone, another will do you no good. If you don't have one, you may take this one. It counts as a possession. That's funny that they give you the speaking stone after you probably murdered the fucking merman.
And
oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure this is exactly what happened last time, like the first time we went through this.
Like, boy, I wish I had that 5 minutes ago. I could have saved a life.
No.
Now the moray eel hole gapes before you. You can sense life within it, probably the eel. You're not going to, begins the weasel. No, you say, moved by the sheer folly of the idea to answer your own subconscious mind. A moray eel could bite your arm clean from your body. Wait, they're not that big, are they? What the fuck? How big are they?
okay, I'm gonna look that up.
I thought a moray eel was like this. Like a little fucking...
I think they're a bit bigger
they're
than
like
that.
that big around. Like they're pretty...
Holy shit,
yeah.
really?
Like
the size of my head?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it could definitely chomp on your arm.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I have a new respect for moray eels.
Don't stick your hand in,
The shrieking eels. You hear that, princess?
yeah, do not stick your hand in a random hole in the ocean.
Yeah, use your leg
They're
instead.
4 feet long? Holy shit. Okay, well now I have a new respect and terror. I never want to get bitten by an eel. Which countries are they in? Because I'll avoid those ones. Is it all the dangerous ones, like that nobody wants to go to, like Australia? Fucking got your asses. Oh man. All right, let's see. But you could, at less risk, probe with your sword, or you may investigate the nearby sunken garden. You already spent travel time. I thought I remember that last time we put our sword in there and it just got bit off. I'm trying to remember what happened.
Yeah, I
did this.
actually don't remember what happened now.
But
I
it's
know that
like,
we got a piece, but
there isn't actually an option for sticking your arm in. Like you can either probe with your sword,
Yeah.
or investigate the nearby sunken garden, or leave.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll stick our sword in, right? Stick,
right, well.
I stick my sword in it.
You're like,
stick my sword
the
in.
eel's got a sword. Help, help.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, it's got a gun. Just moray eel pulls out a Glock. Get the fuck away from my hole. What was it? 99B? Yeah.
B?
Okay.
Yeah.
Be careful where I stick my sword. It's been a long pandemic, okay? You carefully poke your sword blade into the cave, cautiously scraping around the walls for the staff. What the fuck? We're just
Vaguely erotic.
Yes. It is vaguely erotic. It's very slowly looking for the staff.
Yeah.
Suddenly, the cave's occupant lunges at you. You swing wildly to block the bite of a huge moray eel, except it is merely a small hermit crab that scuttles out of the cave. It quickly scurries away from you. You sense no other life within the cave. If you had a living spirit, you would probably laugh.
Or drown,
Or drowned, yeah. If you were, I don't know.
It's like
Great.
That's a good like comeback for somebody like making a joke, right? Ha ha ha! If I had a living spirit, I would probably laugh at that.
Yeah, I bet our character's real fun at parties. Like, I like how we can sense a living being, but we can't tell how big it is.
Yeah.
Or what it is, yeah.
Wouldn't that just be going off all the time? There's living creatures everywhere.
Yeah.
Wouldn't I be able to like?
Actually,
if
you're
I-
right.
You know, there'd be bugs.
you could
There's
probably-
bugs everywhere.
I mean, you could probably like you can like focus it, right? It's like you can like, oh, I want to see what's in this
Yeah,
cave.
and that'd be funny if this was the one where you see a hermit crab scuttle away. Suddenly, you find it very beautiful. Little crab getting away, moving its house. Great, says the weasel with asperity. I almost died all over again. You were so startled. Now that it's safe to reach inside, you grope for only a moment or two before your hand closes on something smooth, hard, and cold. Yeah, slower. And you pull out the ice piece of the Staff of Waterdeep
Hooray.
in 2 hands.
I feel like Hey, do you want to feel something smooth, hard, and cold?
It's not had me up to the very end of that sentence.
We are undead. I mean, it makes sense, right? Of course it'd be cold. Not a lot of warmth of life has entered my tomb situations, you know? All right.
All right.
Check off this piece off your bookmark list and take it with you. Does not count towards your limit of 8 possessions. Okay, we should probably find out about this piece of staff.
We're up to
156.
6. Half a staff.
156A. That's pretty much, I mean, okay, so we're going to go by the American school system, and C's get degrees, right?
Yeah.
So we only need to get a 60%?
Yeah.
What's a C? A 60?
I think
6 out of 10? If you get a 6 out of 10, is that a C? I don't actually know. C is 70?
What the shit?
Wow, your standards are way too high.
God, in Canada, 80% is an A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Canada, I'm pretty sure a 60 is
I thought 86 was an A in Canada.
Really? No, schools I went to, but that was a while ago.
Degree? Nobody gave me a degree. Fuck, dude, I look like the person that has a degree, to which let's be honest, okay? And it's okay, I won't be offended.
Yeah. The cutoffs for the different letter grades vary quite wildly, apparently.
Yeah.
Guess that explains Canada? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Huh?
I mean, while I had a friend of mine who went to school in Florida, and he was in grade 12 or whatever, if I remember correctly. And then when his dad moved to Ontario and he moved with him, he had to go back like 2 grades.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, you haven't learned enough.
Yeah.
Like, we need to catch you up." So yeah, I think he had to do some summer school or something to catch up as fast as he could. So
all right, well, let's go to 156 and see what's up with this piece of the stuff.
Also,
ice.
Remember, we are. This is 6 out of 12, not 6 out of 10.
All right.
Yeah. So 50%.
We're 50%.
Yeah.
Well, let's read this and then we'll run some ads because it's already been an hour. Card from Special Ice That Never Melts by Salahas, a merman artisan. This section of the staff is etched with elaborate snowflake designs. You wish you had the spirit to appreciate the work that must have got into it. Fucking Jesus Christ. Cut us a fucking break. The ice staff's original form was that of a many-faceted teardrop. When carrying the teardrop, the Cerebricule explains, a water dweller could travel on land and communicate with people there. Anyone who initiated violence within sight of the teardrop became paralyzed instantly until the teardrop was out of range. So, of course, no one in the possession of the teardrop ever started fights. In this way, the teardrop fostered good relations between water and land dwellers. Salahas was deeply honored to donate it to Kelvin for the staff. Okay.
Okay. We're going to go back to 99B, I think.
Thank you.
We have to finish the rest of that entry.
All right. Well, let's go take a quick break. Everybody get up and stretch, and we'll be back in 3 minutes. Hello, welcome back to Dice Friends, where we're playing Night of the Living Dead, and we're currently underwater, and I'm hunting for a dolphin so I can do my killer dolphin impression.
I feel like we're in prime dolphin territory here, but
yeah, I mean, we're in the ocean,
and yet no dolphins are found.
Yeah, like send them all away.
Yeah, like, hey, where's all the dolphins at? Walk into the club, like, hey, where are all the dolphins? I need to find a dolphin. I can talk to it.
People are like, this is not a dolphin club. What's he doing here?
This isn't a dolphin club.
The dolphins don't come out and hang out here. Jesus.
Sir, this is a Wendy's. Please go away. Where are all your dolphins?
They're in the fish sandwich, sir. Please order some.
So we now have 6 of the 12 pieces of the staff.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's like half the staff.
Half is good, right?
But like, if you think about we are attacking somebody with a staff, right? Like, that's just, it's still a staff. It's just like a little bit shorter staff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like baton.
I mean, like, it's staff adjacent,
it's
right?
still a stick that you could hit them with, right?
Yeah, it's a stick with some ice on it, you know? It's like bonk.
I mean, yeah, we've got the unicorn horn and the dragon tooth, which seems like like those are the real pokey bits.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we'll check out the garden while we're here.
Yeah, why not?
104A.
And I guess there's also the actual lighthouse itself. That we can
Oh my
look at.
God, there's so much stuff here. Wait. We did it. Look at the art. We did it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, no.
We did it.
We have to protect the dolphin.
Nah, well, how do we not know that the dolphin is the evil person? Huh, Paul?
I mean, the dolphin doesn't look like it's the aggressor in this picture.
What if, I'm going to argue that what if the mermen are simply defending their home from an intruder?
I think these are like undead mer things.
Okay. The merman's sunken garden is a long, scrupulously maintained bed of kelp, decorated with underwater ferns, sea anemones, and many other aquatic plants, flowers, and animals, the likes of which you do not recall ever seeing in life. The garden would no doubt look gorgeous to the eyes of the living. Can you fucking stop?
Just take a break.
You just
Look,
fucking lay off me?
Either it's gorgeous or it ain't. But could be like, yeah.
Half this book is based around us not perceiving beauty.
Yeah. I'm just tired of being nagged at every fucking turn. It's
Hey,
like, yeah,
baby.
you're cool, you can breathe underwater, but hey, you can't see beauty.
It's like, hey, baby, you'd be super hot if I wasn't dead. And can no longer perceive beauty. But I can tell that if I could perceive beauty, you'd be right up there.
Yeah.
I
But
think.
wait
I'm
a
not
second,
sure,
doesn't that
but
mean you can perceive beauty? No, it does not. But if I could. All right. A large ship anchor has been set up as a sort of monument, and the fishing nets are draped about as a backdrop. Many objects hang in the nets, including the skeleton of a huge moray eel and a colorful amphora, one of the large porcelain jars that traders use to transport oils and wines. One net has been draped as sort of a canopy over a small, dark cave nearby. You can see eyes staring out at you from the cave, but you sense no presence of life. These are undead eyes.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those like cartoon caves where you just have like all the eyes.
Yeah. Like, why are the undead just watching this? Like, I mean, they're obviously not going to help, but it's just weird that they're all watching this happen, right? Like, doesn't this place have a neighborhood watch or some shit? Fucking somebody.
I think the neighborhood watch is the guy we were talking to who just left.
yeah.
He just left, yeah. He's like, I cannot do anything else here. Okay. Nearby, a dolphin struggles madly against 3 lacedons, ghouls of the deep sea-going flesh eaters. The dolphin wears a band around its midsection with an amulet attached to it. What could it signify? Is the dolphin an ally of the mermen? Is it clearly an enemy of the? It is clearly an enemy of the lacedons, and that makes the dolphin your ally. You may watch the fight between the dolphin and the lacedons, swim forward and help the dolphin, or leave. You may ignore the battle and look around. So, okay, I know we're probably supposed to help the dolphin, but I kind of want to just see what happens. Which I'm assuming ends poorly for the dolphin.
Go dolphin! But I'm not going to
Please
actually
save the fish. All right.
Please.
So, is anybody going to be really upset if I let the dolphin die? Is the dolphin that we... Oh, Beej, you will? Really?
Kinda.
I mean,
But I mean, also, this is your playthrough, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, we're no longer friends, and like storm off in a huff.
This
Like that.
this is it. This is the straw that breaks. Of all the things that we've said to each other, this is it. Fucking, this is it, Beej. This is the line that I can't. Adam, let the dolphin. You lot like we finished the stream, and you're like lay down a bed next to Heather, and you like. You sit there, and she's like, "What's wrong?" You're like, "Fucking let the dolphin die." Fucking
What
Jesus.
dolphin?
It's
the dolphin in the book. Oh, so an imaginary dolphin.
No,
also,
the real
Adam,
dolphin.
you have been talking all game about wanting to talk to a dolphin. There's
Yeah.
a dolphin
Yeah.
right there, and now you're not
Yeah.
going to talk to it. You're just going to let it die.
Yeah, Paul, I am. I am.
But then you're not
I'm
going to get
gonna-
to do your dolphin voice.
I don't give a fuck. The joke will be funnier. All right. 5 if you let it live.
2
5
subs
what?
if you let it die, 5 if you let it live.
Oh. Wow. All right. Well, I got to earn Loading Ready Run some money, or else Paul and Graham will fire my ass. So it's time to save
You're
ourselves
also-
a dolphin.
It's true. Maybe the dolphin kicks ass.
Yeah.
I do.
The dolphin dies, so does the impression. No, that's not how it works. All right.
Like you could watch the fight, you can help the dolphin, or you can leave. You can't help the ghouls.
Yeah.
They're just like punch, like poof, 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 and you're like, hey, and they all stop and look at you, and you're like, can I get in on that or what?
That was in the gnomes one. There was like that fight. There was like, do you want to go in with the humans or go in with the dragons, or just watch?
Hold up. To be fair, I don't like dolphins. They are colossal asshats. Well, that's a strong opinion to have on a fucking dolphin. What did the dolphin do to you? I need to know this. We have to stop what we're doing right now. I want to know why you think dolphins are colossal asshats.
They were lost at sea one time, and the dolphins came by and then like tipped them over and left.
Yeah. There is reasonable things about how dolphins are actually kind of assholes, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They find all the holes they can find and have sex with them.
Oh. Wild. That's crazy. I thought dolphins were nice.
It's a lot.
This whole time.
Dolphins are smart. They know how to do PR.
I mean, to be fair, my only exposure to dolphins has been Sequest, so really, I was just like, yeah, dolphins seem nice, what's his name? What's the name of this dude in Sequest?
Jonathan Brandis.
Yeah, he was him and the dolphin fucking hanging out all the time.
Yeah.
Shit, I've been tricked by Big Dolphin. Fuck, they got me, man.
Secretly, the producers of that show were dolphins.
All right. Okay. What was it?
So you can watch on 100F, or you can swim for and help the dolphin on 21C.
Oh, 21C. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. We haven't had to say that in a while.
Yeah.
You swim forward towards the Lastodons, brandishing your sword and ordering them away from their prey. The 3 Lastodons break away to turn on you. Then 2 more come swimming out of the cave. And you see more eyes glittering within. You face 5 Lastodons. Use their statistic. Okay, so we have like 3,000 hit points, right? Well, 2,986.
Yeah.
So, I mean, combat is irrelevant. I'm not going to do it. I'm making a stand. I think combat is stupid. It's not fun for anyone.
Okay,
right?
Here.
What?
This is interesting. So if you get killed in 1 round, you die, and then they go kill the dolphin.
Oh.
If you survive the first round, the dolphin escapes. You have saved it from certain death. You only hope it can bring rescuers to save the city. If you have survived 1 round against the Lostodons, you can continue fighting, or you can escape.
Oh, so you just have to hit long enough to let the thing go? But then you probably don't get to explore the area.
Well, I'm just going to continue fighting and just see what happens.
All right.
46F. Wow, the dolphin didn't... Okay, everybody close your eyes. Okay? Everybody close your eyes right fucking now. Okay? It's me, an undead paladin, and I have swam up, and there's a dolphin fucking getting mauled by Lastodons, right? And I'm like, hey, fucking stop that. And I hit the Lastodons. Dolphin swims away, right?
Yep.
And then as the dolphin slowly swings away, turns around and goes, and then swims away. See? You picture the fucking dolphin or what?
I did.
It was a little foggy, and then suddenly I heard it, and I was like,
yeah.
See, it's pretty
snapped
good.
into focus.
Crystal clear, right? Yeah, fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Right? What did the dolphin just call you? Well, fucking, can you speak dolphin? Because I can, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? Just everybody remember that, okay?
Yeah. It was pretty racist of that dolphin to say that.
As you said, dolphins are kind of assholes, apparently.
Yeah. You just got here. Can I start over? Fuck no. Show up on time next time. Don't punish the rest of us.
I feel like that's somebody who comes into your chat every time.
There
like
it is.
Yeah. It says the same thing.
Hey, I got that one joke. Okay. What was it? 21...
46F?
46F.
46F? Okay.
Yeah.
Man, my dolphin impression. It's too good. I'm still thinking about it. Hopefully, like at some point, one of you out there is sitting on the toilet doing your thing, and then you just hear me go, kick, you know, and you laugh to yourself, and then I know mission accomplished, right?
Wait, why would they be hearing that when they're on the
I
toilet?
don't fucking know. I think of weird shit all the time. You think not?
Are you like in the sewers underneath their bathroom?
I'm
Echoing
in the
up through
shower. I'm in the shower behind the curtain, like kick. Twitch mobile? Yeah, you're just watching Twitch. Why did Adam ask where the library is in Dolphin? I see you too speak Dolphin. Excellent. All right. What was it? 46F?
Yes.
Your warrior's instinct is undiminished in death. You resolve to exterminate these undead menaces. Continue the combat as before. Blah, blah, blah. You may escape after the completion of any full round of combat. If you destroy all 5 of the Lastodons, congratulations. You may now return to 104A and look around some more.
Great.
But you cannot look at the dolphin or its amulet. They are gone.
Right.
So you
so
it's
dolphin,
probably...
So you can't... So when you rescue the dolphin, it escapes.
Yeah.
So the only way to actually have the dolphin there is dead.
It's to kill it, yeah. Well, I mean, we could have killed it, but I didn't. Somebody gifted 5 subs so we could save it. So let's go to 104A.
All right, so we can't look at the dolphins.
Oh, we can look at the starfish.
We can look at there's the starfish, there's the eel skeleton, there's a vase, a helmet, cave entrance, guardian foliage.
Man, that dolphin looks terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Glad
thing
you saved it.
Yeah, good thing you saved it.
All right, let's start with the starfish. 110B. The starfish appears perfectly ordinary, but as you lean in for a closer look, it moves with startling speed, gripping your cheek, then clinging to your face with all 5 arms and surprising strength. It doesn't hurt, but it won't let go. Oh, fuck.
It's Starro.
You meet the most charming friends, the weasel says as you struggle with the starfish. We're just like, this fucking weasel skull on our shoulders. It's like, wow, you're an idiot. Wear it to town. It might start a fashion trend. Finally, you manage to pull the thing loose and hurl it from you. It slithers off into the kelp garden and disappears. Curious, you hold the shrunken head up to where the starfish clung to the net, and after a few deep sniffs, it announces, ordinary starfish, but friend to mermen. All sea life here is supposed to attack intruders. But much sea life here is already dead. Jesus. Okay.
Wow.
Well,
so that was an ordinary starfish. So like,
yeah,
starfish just going like super fast and jumping onto you is something they could be doing at any time. They just don't.
Can they actually do that?
Don't think so.
Do starfish like jump on people's faces and like an alien face hugger? You know?
No,
I'm pretty sure they don't.
Yeah, we'd hear more stories of that, I think. Or
Although, yeah, like I never heard. But maybe it's just that like the starfish keep it secret, right? Because everybody that gets jumped on their face just dies, so we never hear about it, right?
I remember seeing a thing with a stop motion thing about just a bed of starfish, like a ton of starfish on the thing, and it was like a fast motion thing, and so you see them all like moving along the ground and stuff. But in the fast motion, you see them going along the ground, and every once in a while, a really, really fast one would just like go straight across, like in fast motion. You're like, wait, what was that? Yeah. I like to think that that's when the starfish, like, they think there's no one around. They just get up on 2 legs and
make a pot of coffee. They're like, fucking, is there anybody here? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
They use 4 of their 5 limbs to run on the ground like a dog.
There's one of them's ahead, you know, like
yeah.
It's like looking around. Yeah, that's terrifying. I don't like that. No, I don't like the idea of male Beej. I don't like that. Hey, my tongue's still here. Thanks, Beej.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, eel skeleton 149E. Approaching the skeleton, you feel more than a little relieved when it remains motionless. One of the many creatures you have seen that looks dead, it is. The shrunken head says there is nothing magical about the eel skeleton. You wonder whether you would have found this decoration attractive even in life. Fucking god damn it.
It's like, I'm dead and I can't perceive beauty, but that's still ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's examine the vase. 93E.
These are large porcelain jars that traders use to transport oils and wines.
So it's an amphora, but now we're calling it a vase. All right.
Oh yeah. This glazed amphora was probably used to transport oils, wines, perfumes, and other liquids across the sea. You see a black, smudgy stain at its bottom. What did this carry? You ask the cerebricule. The shrunken head sniffs at the thing, uninterested in its outside, but slightly more intrigued when held over the opening. Minor magic. Unguent, used by nobles and wizards. Repairs clothes and leather, like new. Good for antiques. If you wish to take this unguent of repair, you may. You will have to reach in and scrape it out by hand as the amphora is too large to carry around. To do this, turn to 44C. Yeah, well, I mean, nothing ever bad has happened from scraping liquid out of a vase. 44C. You reach in and scrape the unguent free. Perhaps you can carry it around on a kelp leaf, but you never get the chance. Your hand emerges from the amphora with a thick, tar-like layer of unguent upon it. Swiftly, far too swiftly for you to stop it, the ointment disappears, absorbed into your flesh, and you feel better. You feel warm and cheery, almost as though a living spirit dwelt within you. The unguent has healed you. Recover 8 points of unlife, or all the unlife points you've lost. All right, we're back up to 3,000.
All right.
Whichever is less. Damn it. But we're back up to 3,000. If you have taken no damage, the unguent gives you a momentary but welcome feeling of well-being. The weasel laughs. So, your leather goods now, hey? Let's find some wood polish and give you a suntan. All right. 104A. Helmet? Helmet. 156D. That's us now watching radar. This is a knight's full helm, once a crested symbol of nobility and prowess, now rusted and worthless. You wore several such in your career. Now, though uncorrupted in the past, the helm lies in decay, an ugly mockery of its glorious past. Why do they say past so many times? You cannot bear to look at it. Even the weasel is mercifully silent. Okay, well, that was weird.
Sure.
All right, I just made myself sad.
So you felt really great for a second there, and now you're sad again.
Yeah.
Presumably the cave entrance is going to be like moving to a new room.
Yeah. Do you think the garden foliage is moving to a new room, though?
Probably not.
All right, Paul, I'm going to trust you.
All right.
130E, let's do everything Paul wants to do. The garden bed of kelp sways gently in the breezes of the underwater currents. Its dark green fronds are decorated with colorful anemones and darting fish in many bright hues. Small starfish curl and crawl under the leaves, and tiny bright squid dart among the plants.
The starfish all jump onto you.
It's all very... What's the word?
What is the word?
Beautiful, says the weasel.
I could perceive things.
If only I could tell. Yes, but you're impatient with beauty. It means nothing to you anymore. You can appreciate only ugliness. That and results. Is this my dad? Fuck, who wrote this? Did my dad write this book?
See, here, this is how it works, but you can only perceive ugliness. So you're like, this garden has absolutely no ugliness in it. Therefore, it must be beautiful.
I see.
Yeah, that's true. Yikes, do I need a hug? No, I'm making a fucking joke, Twitch chat. Jesus Christ, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Everybody relax. All right. And this huge body of kelp, however beautiful, delays those results. You could search it for hours and find nothing. On the other hand, the shrunken head seems interested in the garden, but cannot say why. If you at least have a half an hour remaining in your mission, you may search the garden. If you don't have time and don't want to search, turn to 104A. Well, time is meaningless.
All right. Where are we going?
14C. We're going to dig around.
Nice.
I'm digging around. Time is irrelevant.
Uh-oh. We got a dice roll here.
Mark a half hour and roll a die. On a 1 to 8, go to 32B, 9 to 12. Which is it? We want 9 to 12, right?
Probably.
Nope. 5. 32B. You find nothing, probably. I'm assuming. After prowling around the garden for a while, you find a dark recess, a tunnel or cave leading in deep into the harbor bottom. It looks unexceptional. Have you already found a piece of the staff of Waterdeep here? If so, go to 125F. If not, keep reading. Okay.
Already.
125F. You crawl into the dark, narrow hole and confirm that it leads to the place where you found the ice.
I think it meant, have you found a staff of Waterdeep here on this?
Oh,
this is the ice
32B.
piece. Yeah, I'm just looking at the. This is
the ice piece. Wait, in here? In 32B?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, but I have to go here because I found something. We already found the fucking staff, so we have to turn here. Because this is talking about, hey, this is the hole you found the staff of Waterdeep in.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So we go to 125.
25F.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
And they're like, you crawl into the dark, narrow hole and confirm that it leads to the place where you found the ice piece of the staff of Waterdeep.
Ah.
There's nothing else of interest here. Keep looking around. Go to 104A.
So this is how you get it without the if you killed the elemental.
Yeah. Well, cave entrance it is. 108C.
All right.
As you approach the cave entrance, you see many pairs of yellow eyes within, and you hear the whispers of undead mind speech. Yes, come closer. Closer. Food. Hey, Beej, it's you.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like me. I like food.
Yeah. The cave is full of lacedons, and they are hungry. Hungry enough not to be particular about what they eat. You could be today's dinner. It would be extremely foolish to enter the cave, even if it held every piece of the staff of Waterdeep. Fortunately, the cerebral sniffs demurely and tells you, it's no good. I could have told you that, says the weasel. Return to 104A to look around further, or leave 108F. Well, I guess we're leaving.
Yeah, that was it. So yeah, 108.
108F.
You leave the sunken garden. Nothing follows you. Why did they... Let's see.
Yeah, roll a perception check. Nothing follows you. What do you mean nothing follows me?
You're half an hour's walk or swim from... What are we, walking or swimming? This is important. From the underwater lighthouse, or you may ride the rapid currents out of water. Okay, we're going back to the lighthouse because Abrax is fucking chilling.
All right.
Yeah, maybe we can take out Abraxas before we even get to the end bit.
Oh god. Okay. So we know we did the white gem. We did the white gem and the dark gem, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and I think the bottle is also those three things you can't do it. Like the guy's gone, right?
So let's go to the lighthouse entrance, 144B. From the outside, all you see is a pitch black oval entrance large enough to accommodate a merman. You sneak up to the tower's base, avoiding Abraxa and the base of the whirlpool. You sense no life within the lighthouse, but that does not mean no enemies are within. Carefully, you drift up to the oval opening and peer inside. You are looking into a cylindrical room with a hole at the top leading upward. Quickly, you search the lighthouse from bottom to top. It has been ransacked by Abraxa's minions. Each item of clothing, each tool, each weapon, each stick of furniture has been taken. All that remains is the exit at the base, and a hatch at the ceiling of the top floor. Will you descend again and look around outside, or will you throw the hatch open and climb into the roof to speak with Abraxa? Turn to 113C. Well, I mean... 113C. Let's see what he's up to, huh?
Abraxa's
you drift up...
Who the hell are you? Why are you here?
What? What the fuck? Did you find the fucking staff? And like, no, not yet. Then what the fuck are you doing here? Also, stop making eye contact. It's fucking weird. Leave me alone. You drift up to the roof of the lighthouse. Abraxa is there, waving his arms over the whirlpool like a conductor to an orchestra that only the Lich can hear. Suddenly, Abraxa spots you out of the corner of one glowing eye socket. The wizard glares at you. You, it exclaims. Why do you bother me now? Never mind. Just give me all the pieces you have found of the Staff of Waterdeep. If you tell the Lich you have no pieces, go to 129C. If you have one or more pieces and give them all to the Lich, turn to 118B. If you have some pieces but only give part of them to the Lich, turn to 50B. Oh, fuck.
I like you just like give them all to the Lich. You're just like, here you go. Wait. Oh,
Yeah.
That was the one thing I wasn't supposed to do.
Yeah. I don't want to give him any.
Yeah,
But I have to.
Well, you can say you haven't found any pieces.
Yeah, I guess we'll just tell him we haven't found any.
Okay.
129C. Yeah, I don't have any. What the fuck is that? Like, oh, that's my club.
This is a unicorn horn I had from before.
Yeah, from my lunch.
Yeah. I beg your indulgence, you say. I have found many clues, but as yet no pieces of the staff. Abraxa draws back, standing tall and ghastly. None? Incompetent oaf! You represent an investment of my time and power, noble warrior. If you cannot justify these, I shall loose those magical energies and expend them on one more useful. Suddenly, the Lich's gaze becomes suspicious. Cerebracule, speak to your creator. Has this wretch told the truth? Has he indeed found no pieces of the staff? If you told the truth, go to 131D. If you lied and have found pieces of the staff, turn to 124E. Well,
all right.
I kind of want to find out what happens when we lied. So
we got the Cerbicule drunk. It should like us, right?
Yeah.
We're buddies.
124E.
It wouldn't narc on us.
Wow. Okay. The Cerebracule sniffs a moment and then replies, "Has found pieces." Lying worm! Abraxa hisses. Betrayed, you grab for your sword, but you cannot match the Lich's speed. Abraxa's spell grabs you, paralyzes you, and sends pain shooting through your body as you slowly, agonizingly destroyed. Your adventure is over.
Hooray!
Yep. All right. So much for loyalty from the Cerbicule.
Yeah. Wow.
So I think we maybe should go back to before. Like, I don't think there's any, like, giving any parts of the staff to him seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
And that's the only way
So,
I would. So, like, I
guess
feel like we
back
just
to
go back to before we went up to talk to him.
Because 100A was the lighthouse, and then before that is 104A?
No, 104A is the first area with the cave.
Right, you're right. So 100A was the
yeah. So
we could go to the railing or the whirlpool, or
Yeah,
I mean, we're getting to the point now where we should probably head to the final.
yeah, we should probably just.
I
see
thought that
what's
maybe
up.
this could, like, you could meet him here and like have a little confrontation with him here, but apparently not.
No, it's just you either do or you don't.
What about?
So I think we'll leave. We'll just leave and we'll go. So we're supposed to go. Okay, wait. So let's leave 119F, right?
There is a whole thing about like the whirlpool sending blood down.
Yeah, but
Right.
I mean, people got to hear my dolphin impression. That was the only point of going into the fucking ocean, right?
All right. So that means that we can leave and then we can just go to the dead quarter or whatever.
Okay. So 82A.
Yeah.
To get us back to the pick a hole.
And then how do we get back to the
City of the Dead is
14? Go to 14A.
14A, yeah.
All right. 14A, and then we have to go to the House of the Homeless, right?
Yes.
So 31B.
Are we moving to cheat step that we now have the entire thing, or
I think so.
all right.
The entire staff?
Reasonable. Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens. Like, I think you can.
Oh, yeah.
You can,
Oh, we're just gonna get fucking murdered.
well, you can go into the fight without the full staff.
True.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens, and then if it doesn't work, we'll, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. In front of the House of the Homeless, there are no marble columns, and there is no inscription over the doorway. As its residents could not afford lavish housing in life, they abide in still more humble quarters for eternity. Their ashes go into plain burial urns, placed in plain holes in bare rock walls. in the labyrinth beneath in the bare rock walls in the labyrinth beneath the mausoleum. You stand before the unadorned, blocky building, thinking of the spirits that might lurk inside. Poor, outcast, mad, shiftless, purged, murdered, and betrayed. All the wretched refuse of Waterdeep ends up in the house of the homeless. If the Liches have enlisted the phantoms of these resentful masses, how strong might their conspiracy grow, fueled by the bitterness of thousands? Abraxas said that this was a way to reach the artifact. You may only wish to look around. Either way, you consider it wise to be well armed before venturing into those catacombs. You may enter the house of the homeless or go elsewhere. Well, we're going in.
No problem. You've got self-juggling beanbags.
Yeah.
You're going to handle whatever comes at you.
I have a wart remover.
Yeah. I bet you that everybody who lives in Waterdeep is going to regret that they treated their homeless this way, though. Now that it's like they turned on them and killed them all. It's like,
wow, we didn't think
about make some social changes.
We do not think about a world of magic and swords and sorcery where fucking people could come back to life. If we treated them poorly in life, then they would just be assholes and fucking undeath.
Yeah.
You know? Weird.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Having entered the house of the homeless and passed through the unadorned entrance to its catacombs, you have no feeling of crossing to another universe. What the? Yet, the dimensional gate created by the ancient mage Anacastor has conveyed you imperceptibly to a realm of infinite winding tunnels and porous black rock. They extend at all compass points, as well as up and down, as far as anyone has cared to explore. Air here is always slightly cool, no matter the altitude. Though you see perfectly in darkness, you have kept to the tunnels lighted by the torches of the Guild of Chandlers and Lamplighters. On a winding route, you pass thousands of urns, the cremated remains of paupers and the outcast. For about 3/4 of the urns, the names of the deceased are carved into the rock above their resting holes. The others are anonymous. Now you stand in one of the main burial chambers of this mausoleum. Hundreds of ghostly forms stand in line before you. Their outlines blur, dissolve, and reform with each moment. From your fragmentary memories of dungeon expeditions in life, you recognize these as wraiths. These evil spirits attained such intensity of personality in their lives that death and cremation could not curtail them. Congregating in small groups or standing solitary, rising from the rock floor or penetrating the walls, the wraiths queue up beside the long rows of burial urns. The spirits fidget, fly up, and chatter to one another, though their telepathic voices do not echo from the walls. You find their air of eagerness or anticipation disturbing. It is impossible to choose, from between this row of ash jars and the row of spirits, which more strongly conjures the aura of death. But you have no reason to pick a senseless fight here, and the race regards you as a fellow undead, for so you are. You may talk to the wraith on the left, on the right, or leave the house of the homeless and return to the surface, or look around as you like.
Hello, fellow undead.
Yeah, it's got our skateboard, fucking our backwards hat. We got like a fucking cemetery marker, like a gravestone, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, you just died. What's up?
We could talk to one of the wraiths, or we could look in the burial holes. One says blunt and one says sharp.
Yeah.
Seems
I don't think I'll talk to the wraith on the left, right? 86B?
He looks friendly.
Yeah.
86B.
The wraith to your left stares at you with gimlet eyes. In on the resurrection, it asks portentously. I'm not sure, you reply. What's not sure? You don't want to live? Those liches are offering real life. Another day and we'll get out of this festering hole. I'll taste venison again, swim in the sea, enter a temple without fear. I hear they mean to destroy the city above. So what? Those wretches have had their turn at life long enough. Besides, I was a healer's aide. I saw all the misery everyone goes through when he's alive. I did people a favor when they came to the healer's home, and half of the time I could see that they were too far gone to help. So I told them she was out on a mission, just putting them out of their misery, saving me aggravation in the bargain. Now, they'll all be out of their misery after Carthexis. Carthexis! Resurrection! Life! 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 The wraith is raving. It drifts away, chanting louder, and others take up the chorus. Life! Life! Life!
Life!
Yeah.
Life!
Return to 28A to do something else. Okay. Well, he's like, yeah, I killed some people. Fuck. Anybody just been at their job and just been like, yeah, I'll ignore that? That person will die, but like, yeah, but it means I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, maybe was not the best healer's assistant.
Yeah. Any medical professionals in the Twitch chat right now? You ever do that? Yeah. Yeah. You ever just murder anybody? You know?
Commit negligence on your job, resulting in the death of like
Don't worry,
one or thousands.
No one's gonna narc on you.
Yeah,
right?
and you're going to admit it in a random
Twitch chat.
You'll feel better.
Yeah, you will feel better. It'll be like a weight has lifted off your chest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can talk to the other guy.
Yeah, let's talk to the other one.
Like
117B.
guy over there is crazy.
It's pointing.
Talk to him, and he's like, I went to a healer one time because I was sick, but she was out on a mission. Then I died. Fortunately, I met a new friend right here.
Life. The wraith to your right has heard interesting gossip. Some of the big character behind the liches is pulling their strings. Some big character behind the liches is pulling their strings, it says slyly. Wants to make Waterdeep live up to its name. Put it about 30 fathoms under. Who is this? Don't know. Or at least its head angles towards you, slipping a bit of its ectoplasmic neck. Well, at least I didn't let it on. If I did, understand? A fly on the wall, that's me. I hear a lot. Heard more about the defense of the city than anyone else back in my days alive. Yeah, I was big with Galschnack? Look, I was big with Galschnack, the orc army commander, if I say so myself.
It's italic the. It's like the orc army commander.
A spy! You suppress a flare of anger. Are you buried here, you ask? No! Out on the battle lines where Glashnak killed me, a filthy beast. No, I just wandered down here when the liches sent out the word they needed lots of undead. Some of the device... some kind of device under the city. We were supposed to bring all the magical items we could find, but I happen not to have any with me. At least, his head angled. I wouldn't say so if I did. Understand?
Sly.
Yeah. You cannot bear to talk to the spy anymore. Okay, fuck. Apparently, our character has strong opinions on spies. 28A.
Wraiths are super gossipy.
Well, I mean, like, they've probably been dead so long, they have nobody to talk to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just each other, and they've all heard it before.
All right. Blunt or sharp?
Or the unnamed middle hole.
Ooh.
Unnamed middle hole. Unnamed middle hole. What's in the box? 14B. Nothing. Stupid. B. The urn in this unlabeled hole is identical to the others in the tunnel network, merely cheap ceramic without identifying features. Inside it, you find fine ash and a few bone fragments. You put the urn back in its niche. I say niche all the time. Okay.
Me too.
At the same moment, a tremulous voice speaks in your mind, coming from behind you. You should be real glad you put that back. That was a vaguely sexual voice. Yeah. Damn. All right, then a laugh. Turning, you see a wraith. No, this vaporous creature is darker than the wraiths. It features blurry and shrouded with a shimmering dark aura. The wraiths in line have shied far back on both sides. Even the undead, it seems, fear the power of a specter. Yellowknife's my name, says the specter. Under its voice, you hear a low chorus of screams and oaths, desperate questions and pleas for mercy. The voices of its victims. Jesus Christ.
How does it do that?
Yeah. Over them, in quavering words, the specter says, "That's me you were holding there. Isn't that funny? Me in a pot. Yellowknife." Wow, you fucking talk about yourself in the third person. This guy sucks. I hate.
Can you feel this?
Suddenly, you remember Yellowknife, the legendary killer plagued Dockward ages ago, when the Guildmaster rulers brought Waterdeep almost to destruction. Yellowknife strangled 30 prostitutes and barmaids with their own hair, cut from their heads with a yellow-hilted dagger. Then he vanished. Now he floats before you. People of usual insanity become wraiths, it seems, while the truly fearsome madmen achieve intensity enough to become specters. Your hair is dirty, says Yellowknife, drifting closer and raising an arm. Let me fix it. I like hair. My friends all had lovely
Beej, stay away from this guy.
Yeah,
right. Beej, you're fucked.
Yeah, your hair has reached dangerous strangulation length.
Mm-hmm. A finger bone brushes your cheek and you recoil in agony. The touch of the specter drains energy even from the dead. Inside your armor, the cerebricule moans and the weasel shrieks in your mind. Your sword is in your hand before you realize it. You must fight the specter. You may use a rod of lordly might against it if you have one. Otherwise, you use your sword. Do I have a rod of lordly might?
I don't think so.
You do have a scroll of anti-undead, right? But I guess you can't.
Can I just use that?
I guess you can't really. It was just like, this is a scroll of anti-undead. You can't use it, of course, because it would kill you. Yeah. But you can keep it with you if you want.
Well, I want to see. Oh, I guess the rod of lordly might is just like a weapon.
I think so, yeah.
If I want to call it that, you won't stop me. All right, shit. Don't make me bang the cage, okay? If you lose the fight, your adventure ends here on the rocky floor of the House of the Homeless. If you win, go to 25A. After the first round of combat, you may try to escape. Well, we win, so 25A.
I didn't notice that it was like a separate thing. I was just like, I thought it was just like, after the combat, mark half an hour off your time. It's like, holy crap.
Long
combat. It's a long fight.
Yeah, it is a long fight. Though the Spectre Shadow expression never varies, Yellowknife fights with a tiger's ferocity. For every thrust from your sword, it retaliates with a swiping cut of its bony hands. If he takes me, you think with terror, I become a Spectre too. Jeez. Dying Squirtle.
All the wraiths are like, whoa.
They're just watching.
What's going on over there? Yeah.
The battle frustrates you because you cannot feel when you have hit the foe. Your magical sword, which Abraxa praised so highly, whisks past Yellowknife's form as through fog. The Spectre only pauses before attacking again. Yet, the pauses lengthen. The fingertips falter. Suddenly, Yellowknife falls. A trick? No. Its form dissolves. You have sent the killer to its final death. Try not to envy him, all right, says the weasel.
Dick.
The wraiths have fled the battle scene, but one floats back an inch at a time, watching the specter dissolve. Gone at last, says the wraith in a rich female voice. Yeah, that's a rich female voice, all right. The outline indicates a frowsy woman in an incongruous low-cut blouse and frilled skirt. Her head is a vague outline. Gone, that slug, she shouts. Rat, dog's ear, cockroach, weasel. Says the weasel. You knew this one, then? Did I know him? Did I try to show him this pantry ant, this stranger, a little affection? Me, a harmless working girl, you know? And did I get strangled for my effort? Did I know him? Her head congeals into higher definition as she speaks, and you see that her hair has been cut to the scalp, while her white throat swells with bruises. Her lips purse, as if to spit. Good work, hun, she says. If only you could do the rest of the men that way. They're all alike, really. He was just more open about it than the rest. Rip out their eyes, I say. Always nice to rescue a damsel in distress, murmurs the weasel. Yes, Paul?
No, it's like, okay.
Yeah, this is really weird. Yeah, this is strange. The woman points out a burial urn on the wall. You look like you could use some freshening, she tells you. Look in there, my urn. One of my clients was so touched by my demise, he tucked away a memento in my ashes. More than he ever gave me in life. It's yours, sweet, and thanks again, she departs. In the urn she indicated, you find a cheap-looking copper bracelet scratched with tiny runes. According to the shrunken head, the bracelet will heal you 5 unlife points of damage, once during the adventure, at any time except during combat. After that, its magic will be exhausted. Take it if you wish.
Yeah, free magic item.
Go to 28A to keep looking around, or leave the House of the Homeless. Okay, well, 28A. So middle hole was bad.
Yep.
There's blunt and sharp. I pick blunt. 149A.
Good old Jeff Blunt.
The urn in the top hole containing the remains of an individual named Blunt is identical to the many others throughout the labyrinth. Cheap, unpainted ceramic turned out in quantity by journeymen and apprentices of the Guild of Stonecutters, Masons, Potters, and Tile Makers. Is that something behind the base? You move the urn. No, only a knob of rock. But from the line of wraiths, a stalwart outline moves forth and flies towards you. Here now! What are you looking for there, my man? You look over to the wraith. It is male, pouchy of cheek and chin, and broad across every measurement of the torso. The legs vanish in vapor, and the whole frame joggles and wobbles in and out of reality. Who is it that asks? You respond. I am Lagathrix Blunt, sirrah, an honored and successful merchant in my time. That it appears to be more than you can say, you and your stained armor and dented greaves. What might have you to disturb my remains? This insult can only be remedied through our just compensation. We are told to provide magical items, sirrah.
Yeah.
We are told to provide a magical item, sirrah. The power that whatever it is these liches claim to be building. You will hand over such a magical item to me as damages for the mental anguish your meddling has caused me. Tut-tut. No arguments. At once, if you please. Blunt's ghostly hand extends towards you. Considering your options, you decide you could fight this wraith if it came to it. But there are so many others in the cavern, and you have no idea whether they would support this merchant. Blunt might just be posturing. You cannot afford to offer Blunt your cerebrocular magical sword, and the wraith is not interested in the weasel. Anything else on your list of possessions will work if it is magical. Well, how do you feel about a magical beanbag?
Yeah, I mean, we got lots of magic items to give away.
We have all kinds of stuff to give up.
You want the scroll?
Are we being sued?
Want the scroll of anti-undead?
That's actually really, yeah, we'll just give him the scroll. Yeah.
Well, the Harold Holmes points out a successful merchant in here. And it's like, well, it's because he's a wraith and he would have probably come from somewhere else to end up down here.
So 152C, Lagathrix Blunt takes the item you offer, scans it with an experienced eye, sniffs, and floats away. Mark off an item from your list of possessions. I wonder whether he'll offer it to the next wraith in line at a nice markup, says the weasel. All right. Well, you got my scroll of anti-undead.
So there's a side tunnel.
Yeah.
And,
there's a sharp.
There's sharp. There's a side tunnel, and I guess there's other wraiths. Although I don't know.
143A.
143A.
The bottom burial niche holds an urn exactly like the rest of the catacombs, a plain pot holding plain ash and bone. All that's left is someone named Sharp. Or not quite all that's left, for as you return the burial jar to its niche, a wraith detaches itself from the crowd and drifts towards you. Taking an interest in my sole existing evidence, fucking what accent was that? That's
good.
Vaguely Australian.
It's from the Australian part of Waterdeep.
Yes, indeed, that is mate. Or I. Woundsucker Sharp at your service. Say, you, master armor clad and marble cheeked, you look much. He's like Michael Caine.
Yeah.
You look much like one of the holy terror paladins. Yet you are unrestful like us, or we, eh? That is so. Aha! I thought so. Killed by one of them, were you? Or cursed by some god? I would rather not say. I can spot an undead. I used to run a construction back when the docks were building, and found it economical to hire a necromancer, raise some zombies, and presto, instant labor corps.
Jesus.
Wow.
Work them all day, all night, no breaks, no sick. They just eventually fell apart, is all. That wizard, oof, what a grim face. I was inquiring of him once. I said, hey, Wiz. Hearing this sharp prattle on about atrocities committed for profit, you suddenly recall a necromancer in your own past. One who struck you with undeath? Nah, you remember now. This was long ago. You and your party of mercenaries ventured into a ruin to rescue some children who had vanished there. Foul monsters lurked there. For some reason, there were always monsters. You killed many, found the children, and then had to face the wizard in a forgotten graveyard. 20 pairs of bony hands arose from the graves at his feet. You remember a little more. Sharp soon departs. Return to 28A. All right.
I just like it. You tune them out and think about your own shit.
Yeah.
So that was. Yeah.
I just like you thinking, yeah, so I just made corpses. I had a fucking bloody necromancer.
I mean, that's not a terrible idea.
Yeah. It is definitely a thing that a lot of people have thought of before, I'm sure.
All right. So let's just use side tunnel 34A.
Secret side tunnel.
Striding down the tunnel, you pass by and through endless immaterial figures. The number of undead here staggers you. You ask some of them what they wait for, but never get an answer more helpful than life. The tunnel grows cooler as you descend. You note absently that you have left the torchlit sections far behind, but you remember that in the catacombs of the House of the Homeless, there should be no difference in temperature in any direction. Wondering, you go deeper. Around you, a breeze rises, and the sound of, no, it can't be, a river? It is. The roar of water grows, and the air becomes moist when you reach the head of the line. There, a glowing circle set in a solid rock wall, a magical gate of teleportation, waits to transport the wraiths to an unknown destination. The entire catacomb is itself in another dimension, and Anacaster's own gate from the House of the Homeless mausoleum brought you here. But you have never heard of another gate in the labyrinth. The deafening waters beyond are another ominous sign. Wraiths are drifting the gate or through the gate a few at a time. Where do you go, you ask? Why do you wait? We can go as the Lich calls us. Cathexis, as we are needed. Cathexis. To resurrection, deep within the city. Cathexis. Cathexis. What is this cathexis, you ask? Life!
Life!
You get no further help from the wraiths, but the gate gapes before you, the breeze urging you toward it. Life. You feel that if anything awaits you beyond that gate, life is not it. Yet, whatever lies beyond, it's clearly vital to these undead and to the liches as well. Duties and desires battle within you. Life. Beyond that gate.
Is it weird that I feel kind of like it's like, I'm concerned about these wraiths. They seem to be like joining a cult or something.
Yeah. That's true, actually. They're like Kool-Aid. Do what you want, says the weasel, but I'll wager that going through there without a good supply of pieces of the staff of Waterdeep is a really bad idea. Will you go through the gate or leave the House of the Homeless and return to the surface? Well, we have to finish this at some point, but before we finish, let's run some quick ads, and then we'll come back, and then we'll finish this.
Step to the gate, and as I step to the gate, we go to commercials.
Yes. Hello, welcome back to Dice Friends. We're about to step through a magical gate and fucking kick these liches in the dick.
Good stuff.
In the ditches. The dicks?
Kick in the ditches and bang all the witches. And...
On the back of my Dracula. Yeah. All right, so we have to go in. 122B. 122. You plummet through cold air and strike warm water. Pulled under at once, you stretch out arms and legs, fighting panic. If I hit a wall, you think, I'm finished. You flounder to the surface. Wait,
you can breathe underwater.
Is this the right entry? It said 122B, right?
122B?
Yeah, right? Isn't that where we were supposed to go?
I guess, yeah. I mean, there was a river down there.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I guess they did say river.
On top of everything else, you totally just, budged in line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did budge in line, didn't we? Fuck, we cut shit. I don't like cutters. Man, that sucks. All right. You flounder to the surface, hit a rock, slide free into the hard rapids, twist and turn, and struggle to make sense of 100 different glimpses of the tunnel. Probably dark, you think, although in Undeath, light and dark are alike to you. You catch a view of unnaturally smooth circular walls. Then the current pulls you down again. Thudding against the river's bottom, you feel thankful almost that you do not breathe. The river eventually widens, its slope flattens, and you can stay afloat. The water is growing warmer now and thickening. You finally note its dark color and recall its taste. The weasel states that you dare not think with your own conscious thoughts. This isn't water, is it? The Mulskull asks matter-of-factly. It's blood. As you sweep farther down the smooth tube of this tunnel towards the artifact that can destroy Waterdeep, You feel a stab of fear, and like the river of blood, the fear thickens and grows as you head deeper underground. Go to 120A.
120A.
I don't know how I'd feel about a river of blood.
It beats it being Wraith Pee.
Is that an option?
Well, there was all those wraiths in it, and it's like when the water started getting warm, I was kind of like, oh, it's Wraith Pee.
Yeah, but do wraiths pee?
I've never caught one peeing. I mean,
You don't catch them peeing. Like, ah, fuck, a human saw me pissing today. Fuck, oh, we're all fucked. Ah, the secret's out. Oh, they're going to start hunting us down for our peace. Yeah.
yeah, like wraith parents teach the baby wraiths that, like, don't pee in front of a human because they think it's a delicacy and they'll want to drink it. And it's like, well, that's weird, Mom.
Maybe that was just like one human that did that. And then
here's the secret. Humans drink each other's pee, too. It's like, oh, fuck, Mom, come on. That's gross. I'm trying to eat dinner. Fuck, I'm eating ghost dinner, Mom.
Yeah.
All right. You lose track of time. You no longer have to keep track of time remaining on your mission. Yay. Floating like driftwood on the sluggish river of blood, you see the walls of the tunnel grow rougher. For a while, you were starting to think something had burrowed it out. The tunnel becomes much larger above and ahead of you, wider than the high road and water deep. The ceiling may be 100 feet up, possibly more. You have no way to estimate. A wind, cold compared to the blood water, sounds a deep bass note as it rushes down the tunnel, and you think of an organ pipe. Steam rises in clouds from the crimson fluid. A dank, meaty smell rises with it. Through the steam, you see bones lining the tunnel. Bone filaments crawl up the walls like ivy on a church, stretch across the ceiling, and grow thick down the other side. The vast structure is shot through with holes, and it bulges in spots with protrusions that resemble human skulls and limbs. At the filament ends, hand and finger bones hold many items, and the bone grows to cover them while you watch. Animated skeletons crawl over the filament ends, suspending themselves in contorted positions. Wraiths, insubstantial spirits now barely recognizable as humans, wrap their ectoplasm around the skeletons. They chant words you cannot understand. Skeletons melt, flow, and merge with the larger framework, binding the wraiths with them. It's built of undead, you realize tardily, astounded. Thousands of skeletons, tens of thousands. Still flowing fast, the river carries you past acres of skeletons. Bones extend as far ahead as you can see. What can this be, you ask yourself? Is it some kind of shield guarding the artifact? Your subconscious, though, already realizes the answer you cannot face. Even the weasel sounds impressed as it says, "This is the artifact. Part of it, anyway." Dwarfed by the structure's size, a peculiar creature hangs from the bone framework, gazing with as much curiosity as your own. You're being carried along quite rapidly. If you want to halt there and take a look around, will you try to grab onto the long filament reaching into the water at your right, run aground on the bony island ahead, or ask the strange creature for help? Or you may continue and float down the tunnel into the artifact. So when we were here, we fucking died. This is where we died, right?
I think so, yeah.
We like tried to mess with something on the wall, and then like the bones grew.
I think we tried to
us.
grab the long filament, right?
And it like sucked us in.
Yeah.
I don't know about I don't know about that. We tried to mess with something on the wall, and like the bones grew up, and we became part of the wall. But I don't know. I don't remember what.
Mm-hmm.
I remember think we talked to the thing though. Yeah.
Did we talk to the thing?
I don't think we did talk to the thing.
Fuck it, I'll talk to it. 11B. Perhaps the strange creature can help. Hello, help, you think, hoping it can hear your thoughts as the undead can. Fish me out of here. The creature responds in a throaty voice. What'll you give me? Floundering in the current, being swept downstream like a wood chip, it's not the best time to review your possessions, but you run down the list in your mind trying to think of what the creature might like. The creature can detect whether you actually have what you offer, so you may only choose something that is actually on your list. If you have some, will you offer jewelry, weapons, money, or fruit? Or you may forget about getting help from the creature and drift over to the bony island or farther downstream. So, do we have any fruit?
I don't think so.
Do we have any money?
No.
Oh, we have lots of money. No.
No, well, we keep finding piles of money, and it goes like, this will never be any use to you.
Right. Yeah.
Don't take
Didn't
it.
I take some anyway? I took some silver, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But it's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not gonna need money. Do I have any weapons?
Just your sword at this
Yeah.
point, I think.
You have, like, some jewelry. Like, you've got a couple.
Oh, yeah, the
you've
bracelet.
got a couple of. You've got the bracelet. You have an amulet of protection
Yeah.
from the positive material plane.
Oh yeah, let's try the jewelry then. 107D. 107D. Jewelry! You shout at the creature when your head breaks water again. Bracelets, gems! You are pulled back under. The monster considers while you float downstream, and at last, just when you are sure you will miss a chance to explore this area, it says, well, that's probably worth the trouble. The monster levitates down and fishes you out of the river of blood. It sets you on the bone framework. Give the creature one item of jewelry and mark it off your list, then go to 120A and pick one item to investigate. But after you're done looking at the item, you'll have to drop back into the river again anywhere. Okay. So 120A.
So I'll give him the amulet of protection of positive material
Sure.
plane.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Trying to explain. It's like, okay, here's this amulet.
Yeah.
So if you ever go to the positive material, it doesn't do anything here, but if you go to the positive material plane, it'll protect you. Also, the only way you can get to the positive material plane is there's like a portal over here. It's complicated, but
It's very complicated, but
it's a
trust me,
fancy
it works,
looking.
yeah.
It's a fancy looking amulet. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get to explore one thing.
Sorry, one second.
Spear, pendant, upper ring, middle ring, lower ring, and, which is definitely a trap, the olive branch.
Ah, yes.
There is no fucking way that the olive branch option doesn't just kill us immediately. Too obvious, game. Or is it so obvious that it's the good answer?
It's like you grab the olive branch, you immolate, your adventure is over. They said that you didn't even put any effort into that.
Yeah. All right, Paul, which one is it?
Spear, pendant, upper ring, middle ring, lower ring, or olive branch.
No, we only get one pick.
Right.
And if we die, I'm never doing another one of these books ever again from this choice. Okay? So, good luck. No pressure, though. There's got to be some stakes, right?
Olive branch.
Nice.
Wow, you're a psychopath then, aren't you? Okay, I didn't know Paul was a fucking maniac. 100B?
100B.
How incongruous the olive branch, symbol of peace and life, looks in the grip of death. It leaves, you notice, are wilting. Small wonder. Branch of a mortal olive tree, explains the shrunken head. Prolongs life, bestows good health. I can't believe you picked the good option. Paul, what the fuck? I can't believe it wasn't a trap.
Yeah. Weird.
Not here, it doesn't, notes the weasel. Much magic, but fading. Even as you watch, the branch droops. Soon the leaves wither, and you suspect that, given time, the wood will turn to dust. At the merest touch of your finger, it crumbles. The unlife forces that surround it, including your own unlife, are simply too much for it. The branch is not useful, but it renews your resolution to defeat the undead menace. Go back to 120A if you may look at something else, or drop into the river. It told me specifically that I was only allowed to look at one thing.
Yes, I think you have to deal with that.
I guess depending on how you got out of the river, you might have the ability to look at more.
Well, I mean, I'm going to respect the book's wishes and just do the one thing, right?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
So let's go to 36A. I mean, we do have to finish this book at some point, right? Helpless in the torrent, you are carried downriver. The bony framework surrounding you thickens by the yard until nothing of the tunnel is visible. The wind's pitch rises.
I'm pretty sure one of the rings was what killed us last time. Like,
Oh, yeah,
tried
yeah.
to grab one of the rings.
We got sucked into the wall and we just ended up being there
Yeah,
forever.
that makes sense.
Yeah, the wind's pitch rises from baritone to a high soprano screech, and the smell thickens until you can almost taste the air. Ew. Oh, wait, sorry. Ew. The cerebral complains in a rare moment when it finds itself above water. The source of the stench is what looks like curtains of flesh. They grow across this framework like fungus. Long tendrils of dermis creep along each filament, each pulling along veinous sheets of skin behind it. The pseudo-blood of the river pulses in the tissue, but you sense no life spirit in it, only a brown-yellow miasma that mimics its life. What is this, you ask yourself? The artifact is now an immensely fleshy tube, funneling the river of blood down its length. The current slows as the tunnel begins to level out. You can guide your progress now, almost swim. The river gives way to a swampy area where tussocks of skin stick out and the separation of blood and bone is intermittent. Here, you climb upon a dermal sandbar. You cannot catch your breath or sleep, but you lie down for a while to regain your energy. You cannot see far ahead, for the curtains of skin block your view. Gross. But you wouldn't be surprised if the tube extended a full mile. You estimate that it's far more than 100 yards across. How long has this lain unsuspected, a mile or more beneath water deep? You stand up, and the organelle squishes beneath your boots. One glance back the way you came convinces you that swimming against the current would be impossible. Whether you hope to defeat the liches or merely escape, you must move ahead. Suddenly, Abraxa's words come back to you. The unleaving for 1,000 miles around, perhaps 10,000, approach Waterdeep to join us. We offer the ultimate reward and the utmost revenge. You know, the weasel says as you plod further into the heart of the artifact, this can only get worse. Go on to 126A. Thanks, weasel.
I feel like there's an area in like one of the Doom games that's like this, that's just like all fleshy corridors and stuff and really weird and creepy.
Makes sense to me. You walk a quarter of a mile down the tunnel of flesh. More large sheets of damp red skin stretch across the bone braces. Wind vibrates the membranes like drum heads. The smell of blood moistens and thickens the air. You feel like a corpuscle within a corpse. Are we looking for a way out or some way to blow up the whole works, says the weasel. When your own subconscious doesn't know, what can you answer? But you feel impelled by morbid curiosity to discover the plot that will destroy Waterdeep. Your chief wonder is the source of the skin. Arriving at a large chamber in the carving tunnel, you suddenly see the answer. Ghouls, the eaters of flesh. Countless ghouls, hundreds, are flowing into the framework of bone. Before your eyes, undead beings liquefy and ooze like molasses into the struts. Their bodies clothe the naked bone within flesh, wrapping it like an infant in swaddling clothes.
Gross.
No, you say stupidly, unable to grasp the sight. No, I do not work for good. I'm gone in an afterlife of torment, where gods dance me like a puppet. In a world that permits this, there can be no good.
Is this going to be like a big, like, flesh robot thing that they're making underground?
Sounds good. Flesh golem.
Yeah. We have a thing of golem healing. We could make it better, I guess. Buck up, says the weasel, even though it speaks with a strained voice. Yeah, children, calls a grating voice. The speaker appears to be one of the ghouls near you, a ragged specimen with a peg leg of bone. But its coherent speech and gleam of reason in its eyes mark the creature as not a ghoul, but the commander of ghouls, aghast, more dangerous than a dozen of his charges. Yeah, it repeats the Waterdeep sailor's command for haste. Ye cannot make a worm throw sluggedness. Cathexis, me children. Think of the cathexis. Think of the cathexis. That's a hard sentence.
Yeah.
The ghast is collecting items from a long line of ghouls, as if charging admission to flesh out the framework. From what you've seen so far, it's easy to deduce that the items must be magical, plundered from the city above to energize the construct. A strange monster looks on from nearby. Watching the scene, you feel numb with horror and incredibly tired. How can you alone combat the evil of this scale? Come on, back to work, chides the weasel. If you stand around much longer, you'll probably get sucked into the bones yourself. The ghast is already suspicious. Indeed, the ghast is looking at you with what may be a threatening look. You feel the urge to run it through on the spot, but to attack here against hundreds of ghouls would be suicidal. You cannot think of dying inside this atrocity. Back to work, you sigh. Will you talk to the ghast, talk to the strange monster instead, attack the monster, ignore both of them and look around the area, or leave?
The little monster guy really doesn't seem to fit with the rest of the decor.
No.
He's like a little Muppet or something.
Why is this one person just like holding? Oh, I guess that's the ghast because it's got a peg
Probably,
leg.
yeah.
It's holding a handful of coins.
Yeah.
What do I even need this money for? Fuck.
He's got it's like a fancy peg leg.
I'll talk to the ghast. 128A. That won't end poorly, right? You approach the ghast, try not to look threatening. After raking you with a stare, it relaxes. I here for catharsis then. Well, hand over your magic and I'm trying to do a pirate voice and I can't. Hand over your magic and join the rest of them. One moment, you think about what to ask that will not arouse suspicion. Who are you? Me? They call me Silas Tenmiller. I run the works in this section of the worm. Ye have not heard of me then. Well, I cast adrift at sea after a typhoon hit me vessel. Me and 4 others in a lifeboat. And only me fit the row? And only me fit the row. I could not row, but lifeboat more than 10 miles a day. Now it's just morphing into the fucking usual voice, whatever.
Yeah,
and so the rest of the scurvy loot gave me the nickname. We were far off the usual routes, and no help came. 60-foot days at sea, and food. The rest soon died, and at last I made my meal of them, with them helping, as you might say. I rode the 10. Why is he like fucking weirdly Swedish? I rode the 10 mile a day and made it to shore. But though me leg got rotted by then. But you survived? No, I did not say that. Fuck, I don't know what voice I'm doing. Fuck.
It's fine.
Yeah. All right.
The memory is really messing with his head. He's going through
Yeah.
all sorts of bad things.
From Swedish to Italian, I'm trying my fucking best, Twitch chat. I'm not a voice actor, okay? I'm just working with what I have, okay? A very limited skill set.
Mario has a real tragic backstory.
Yeah. I did not say that. It made it to shoot. I found I developed that. Now he's like a vampire. I found I developed a taste for me friends and relations too. With a pack of me children here, gestures at the ghouls, I became a landlubber and have done well. Silas Tenmiller appears, if not exactly friendly, at least garrulous. Perhaps the ghast will answer further questions. Will you ask about the artifact you were in, cathexis, or the magical items and other creatures? Or will you ask nothing and just look around? Or simply leave? Oh, man. All right.
A lot of options.
I'm going to look around. God, there's so much stuff here.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like this, you're going to be able to become a physical thing.
Yeah.
Is not what all the undead lining up or signing up knew that they were signing up for. I don't think they're going to be turned into their own old bodies. I think that the you get to be physical again is like you get to be part of this big undead worm thing.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start with the shiny black sphere. That won't end poorly. 158E.
So you're just looking around?
Yeah.
Echo.
158.
As soon as you touch the sphere, you sense its evil. A tingling in your limbs betrays its necromantic energy. This sphere would have paralyzed the living man, but since you are undead, you are immune to its effects. Unfortunately, since everyone you may fight here in the worm is also undead, the sphere is worthless to you. Okay. Well, back to 126A. I choose bottle. 119B. 119B. When you pick up the bottle, liquid sloshes inside. Why do you have this strange fear of it? You master your fear and hold the cerebral close. It sniffs and then shouts, "Holy water!" Around you, ghouls shy back in panic. How'd that get in here? Ninny, you brung that? Get rid of that stuff! Holy water, water blessed by a cleric, deadly to every corporeal undead, including yourself. You drop the bottle, and it hits the flesh below with a squish. Nah, you didn't get rid of that thing so easy, lad. says the peg-legged ghast from a safe distance. Mark me words. Ye found it, ye must quit it. Get quit o' it. The threat in that ghast tone persuades you to pick up the bottle. You must leave behind one of your other possessions if necessary. Now, lad, take that vile stuff forward, past the head of the worm. Dump it in yon tunnel, far away. Don't let any of here know you have the stuff either. Or you're likely to more likely to brain ye out of fear. Several ghouls push you further down the tunnel against your protests. You must be careful not to drop the holy water while in the construct. Go to 46C.
All right.
Okay.
So you're just like, hot soup coming through.
Yeah.
Yep.
The ghasts and ghouls give you fishy look as you head further into the tunnel, but they do not stop you. Tracing a winding path through the sheets of skin, wow, that's a terrifying sentence, you leave the appalling scene behind. This part of the worm, more fully fleshed out, gives way to a series of tunnels, narrow and red and pulsing with fluid. The channels intersect each other and twist around one another, but they continue to spiral ever deeper into the worm. A moist, steady breeze flows through the passages like blood through veins. Despite the breeze, you feel oppressed, as though held in a fist. Ahead, you hear moaning sounds like hideous music. Thoroughly revolted by this place, you decide that things can't get any worse. But then you discover how wrong you are. Go to 132A.
All right.
We still have the holy water. Oh.
Cool.
This seems bad.
Found a name. Yeah. Oh, this looks fucking terrifying.
How you doing?
Do the dead sing? Do they? Ahead in the construct, you hear hollow groans, perhaps words. They sound strangely like singing. You make your way through a quarter mile of tunnels that grow bloodier with each step, and the groaning gets steadily louder. When you come to the source, you realize that your wildest suspicion is true. You came upon the ghouls while they were fleshing out the skeleton of the worm artifact. The zombies here have already been transformed when you arrive. They stretch from floor to ceiling, pulled like victims of torture on the rack, forming the construct's tendons and muscles. No trace of human form remains, save for the dead faces emerging from the sinews, which vibrate in the breeze with a low thrum. Paralyzed with horror, you finally realize the source of the groaning noises. The zombies are singing, but you can hardly call it music. Flat and without intonation, your dirge grates on your ears and echoes in your mind. It is the song of the dead, the epicedium. Gifts spent,
Once was a ship that
souls
put to
dead.
sea in the main. Soon may the weatherman come to be us to
This has been popular for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
TikTok is there even. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sea shanties, huh? Fuck, that's old news.
Blood chanties.
Gifts spent, souls dead, load through one scrape. New breath, how? The bone throne. Dead revenged, how? The bone throne.
Yeah, the bone throne.
Dead fades, waste, wane, flesh spreads, grow, surge, worm's life. Where? The bone throne. Life's doom. What? The bone throne. Who calls? Herant, Abraxa. Who heeds? Speak not.
Look, it's a work in progress. Okay, you
Yeah.
know, they're workshopping it.
Yeah.
I've got me a worm and it's big as a whale. The bone throne.
The bone throne. Yeah. The zombies sing it mindlessly, incessantly, repeating it without interest. In that apathy, you find as much of death as anything else you have seen on your mission. In the zombies' midst, a dark figure floats between two mirrors positioned above and below it. Its moaning accentuates the epicedium. A sinister creature perched above the top mirror sees you and shouts, "Things proceed well. The spectre is aiding the enchantment nicely." A spell, then, you might have guessed. Subconsciously, you sense its purpose. They're bringing this thing to life, exclaims the weasel, its usual composure gone. Why does the spectre, one of the most powerful of undead creatures, moan in such torment? Are you being chased by ghouls? If so, stop reading here and go immediately.
The nice thing is you picked up ghoul repellent, right? Like they don't want to be anywhere near you at this point.
I gotta fucking nobody move. Fuck, I'll just bring out the water bottle.
It's in
Well, I mean, I'm not being chased by ghouls, so that's good. It means we did something right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen like Good Omens where he's got like the holy water
No, I haven't, but
in like a spray bottle?
All right. The Spectre clearly is no friend of the undead, but does the Spectre, almost a definition of evil, deserve mercy? Well, that's a good question. I don't know. Can it help you? Perhaps you wish only to escape this artifact, or perhaps you seek something farther on. But whatever your motive, this evident torture bothers you. Do ghosts have friends?
I don't know.
Like, can I make a friend with this ghost? Right? Do ghosts like, oh, this is my neighbor, fucking Tom.
Yeah,
good egg.
like
I fucking like Tom.
Spectre, like a Spectre was the guy who like attacked you before. Like
Yellowknife.
They're sentient, so theoretically you could like make friends.
But whatever your motive, the evident torture bothers you. You may talk to the Spectre, talk to the monster perched above it, attack the Spectre, attack the mirrors, or leave. Well, let's just attack the mirrors and see what happens. 147A.
147A.
You raise your sword, fired in the energies of the negative material plane, and bring it down with a mighty stroke. The top mirror shatters into 1,000 pieces, and the creatures atop it vanishes in a burst of flame. Shards of glass fly outward and lodge in the surrounding fibers and the floor skin. Gouts of blood spurt from the wounds.
Seems pretty good.
Up. Yeah, we fucked up. Around you, the fibrous faces launch into a hideous uproar, their song forgotten. When you destroy the other mirror as well, the racket increases. The Spectre falls to your feet, more dead than undead. I thank thee, swordsman. I must kill. No, I must see thou dost not fall to the lich as I did, with the mirrors destroyed. Destroy, burn, murder. No. The Spectre falls silent for a moment, his hunched posture and jerky movements indicating a mighty inward struggle. With the mirrors destroyed, the lich has been alerted. We must make haste to hide. The Spectre grabs a glowing bone rod resting nearby, shoves one end into your hand, murmurs a quick incantation, and at once both of you turn invisible.
Ooh, nice.
Clumsy because you cannot see your own limbs. What? What do you mean? Hold up. If you turn invisible, do you just like stumble around because you can't see your body?
Like if I close my eyes, I can walk around my house.
Yeah.
So this is stupid.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on like how the invisibility works.
Yeah. Does it make you unable to feel your own body?
Yeah. This is fucking idiotic.
Yeah.
Take that, Mythbusters. Fuck, nice episode, idiots. I just closed my eyes and walked around. But... All right. Turn invisible. Clumsy because you cannot see your own limbs. You allow the Spectre to lead you toward one of the distant fibers. This area could hold a fair-sized farmer's market, you think, with bizarre irrelevance. Things moving a bit fast for you, eh? Says the weasel. Far behind you, where the mirror fragments have pierced the zombie fibers, you hear an explosive whoosh. Firelight shines on the strands ahead of you, and you detect an odor like sulfur. Where is Calperion? Cries a shrill voice. Who frees the object of my vengeance? Harant has appeared, obviously seeking you. Are you being pursued by ghouls? If not, go to 50A. If not, if so, go to 50A. If not, go to 70B. I'm not being pursued by ghouls. Exit stage left, pursued by ghouls.
Yeah.
70B.
So we're not.
Where has the Spectre gone? Harant asks. Where has Spectre gone? The zombies echo.
You're useless.
You're just repeating everything I say. Fuck.
We're just repeating everything you say.
Cursing, the Lich gestures. Words of magic echo in your mind, and you think of the enchantment the Lich Abraxa used to make herself vanish. Again, one voice seems to speak twin incantations. I lend you awareness, says Harant at last. Speak of what you have seen here. The zombies' faces speak, the words issuing from first one mouth, then another, many relating the same details. One in steel, broke glass, both took rod of bone. Gone. Gone? How? Cries the Lich. Where? Vanished. Vanish, the zombies reply. Beside you, one of the fibers speaks. No, it's not a fiber. It's the specter. Next to you, Calperion is imitating the zombies' hollow voices. Passed up, he drones. Loudly flew through the... Wow, this specter's a genius.
Yeah.
Nice.
Flew through the roof. Cursing violently now, the Lich gestures again and shouts, I return you to your former state. Then he disappears in a yellow-brown cloud.
Wow, Calperion's awesome.
Wow, Calperion's a fucking... Calperion, in 5 minutes of being a character in the story, has done anything way smarter than we have ever done.
Yep.
Yeah. Calperion whispers another incantation and you return to visibility. Well done, you say. I thank thee, adventurer. Harant will return to this monstrous bone throne.
Bone throne, baby!
It's such a weird thing. It's capitalized in everything.
Yeah.
It's like, Harant will return to this monstrous bone throne at the head of his annelid construct, there to enter a clairvoyance trance. We must make haste to strike to the heart. Destroy. No. Calperion doubles over, struggling as though trying to master pain. We must strike, he groans, before the mage can locate us and marshal his forces. Are you in pain? It is the pain of evil, the taint of necromancy, growing in me. I must fight it, or I will become worse than the Lich myself. You, warrior, help me kill this fiend once and for all, so I may return to my deserved rest. Although Calperion appears to have been disturbed by his resurrection and torture, you can hardly argue against this mission. Gesturing for you to follow, the spectre creeps farther down the worm construct. This way lies the foul construct's skull, he whispers back to you. Harantha brought me here first, before trapping me here. The undead hero leads you on a winding route through the labyrinth of fibers. They grow thicker, and the tunnels you encountered earlier appear again. This time, though, they expand and contract regularly, like a beating heart. All the while, the spectre's mutterings grow more intense and violent. He seems to be losing his battle against the inherent evil of specterdom. You wonder exactly what he intends to do with you when you both reach the Bone Throne. Why did they fucking make the Bone Throne?
That's what we're calling it now.
Bone Throne.
Why did the Lich raise you? For revenge? Aye, mainly, Calperion answers. Revenge? Justice? No. Revenge, mainly. Yet, the fiend also mentioned that I would be his assassin and kill his own partner, Abraxa. That at least shall I do, most gladly. Mark evidence box A on your bookmark.
We had that already.
Fuck! Paul, we were clapping and everything. We were happy. Finally, the specter points down at a moist, narrow passage at your feet. We must crawl through here to reach the skull. If we still breathe there, we would never survive the passage. He begins to work himself into the tight channel, which squishes under his grip. Follow and we shall confront the Lich. We may become separated. If I do not meet you again before the Bone Throne, I will still think of you with gratitude for your deed. He wrestles his way in, and you are about to follow, but down another tunnel, not very far from where you now stand, you see what looks like a moving figure. It appears to be a young woman, yet no life aura clings to her. You must decide. Will you crawl through the passage after the specter, or will you leave Calperius to go alone to investigate the woman in the next chamber?
So she's some sort of undead.
Yeah.
It's so weird, right? Like, you have a plan. You have a thing you need to do.
Yeah, like, I don't really get why you would... It doesn't seem like going away from your plan to go talk to some random person.
I'm just going to follow the specter, yeah.
All right.
144A. Oh shit, we found the fucking... It's the fucking Tower of Faces.
Oh,
Whoa.
yeah!
Man,
All right.
this has gone very, like, surreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Geiger feel to it, almost.
Tell you what, my throat's fucking dying.
Yeah.
Okay. Veins pulse in the walls. Groaning music of echoes, zombies echoes far away. You crawl through the passage, which is tightened around you, crushing you. pushing forward as though reenacting birth.
No.
This is what birth is like, right?
Did I have sex? All right. Yeah, we got some.
And now you are a man, my son.
Yeah. Oh, no. Fuck. All right. Reenacting birth, you emerge in the final chamber. Ahead, you see nothing but the empty blackness of the tunnel. Further back in the construct, you thought you faced the heart of evil. Now, at the end of your journey, you have reached something worse. Evil's guiding intelligence, its mind. Here in the cavernous skull of the worm stands the Bone Throne, the control nexus of the entire artifact. Huge though this skull is, perhaps 70 feet across, and it's repellent as its throbbing, fleshy walls may be, you can comprehend this more easily than the previous monstrosities. Evil has been abstracted, removed from the horror of flowing skin and singing muscle. Refined and concentrated, it stands before you on the Bone Throne. Harant. You may tell Orcus that all goes well, the Lich is saying. It is speaking to a monster perched behind it, but it does not look at the monster. Tell the master... Wait. I guess this is supposed to be a quotation mark, but...
Yeah.
It's not. Tell the master that everything proceeds on schedule. The artifact is complete. I sit on the throne within minutes, and cathexis begins. Not long ago, a ghoul delivered to me 2 of the pieces of the device that has threatened the plan. You, adjutant, report their removal to your master. The monster nods and vanishes in a burst of light. With these words, Harant levitates 2 short cylinders from behind the throne until they float before it. One is dull, a gray granite, and the other gold banded with gray stone, leaded gold, the staff of Waterdeep. You almost launch yourself forward. No, foolish, hisses the weasel, and you heed the subconscious warning. It takes less than a second for the Lich to gesture, surround the staff pieces with green, smoky light, and dissolve them into nothingness. You cannot gain the leaded gold or stone pieces, cross them off the list. So is there no way to win that?
But like there was no like which pieces do you have thing. Right?
Yeah.
So like maybe you can only get 10 out of the 12 pieces.
Yeah, and you spend all your time looking for shit and you'll lose the game.
Interesting.
I had suspected that. I bet you they have parts of it down here, and that'll be like that'll be a thing that stops you if you're trying to explore in the upper levels to try to find all 12. So nice to see that paid off for me.
Completionist nightmare.
Yeah.
If anyone has been with you besides the Cerebrical and the Weasel, stop reading here and go to 83B. So,
So we're with the guy, right?
We're with that guy, yeah.
I thought so,
83B.
Yeah, I guess if you had gone to look at the other person, you wouldn't have been with them, but we are with them right now.
Prepare to meet thy doom, fiend! Hisses Calperion. Fuck, he just comes in. He's just like, pulls out his gun, like, I'm gonna start shooting! Fuck. Who has appeared beside you. Before you can stop him, the specter floats silently up towards the Bone Throne. Descending like a shroud over Harant, the specter attacks. The Lich is taken completely by surprise. You hear muffled cries in your mind as the specter uses his deadly energy drain against his lifelong and even longer foe.
Like
In
it's
sympathy,
basically like the living version or the like version of like putting a sheet over the guy's head and like
You just jersey him.
Yeah.
He's just pulling it like he's pulling the fucking ghost off his face. He's like, oh,
stupid.
The Lich is taken completely surprised. You hear the muffled cries in your mind as the specter uses his deadly energy drain against his lifelong and even longer foe. In sympathy, the whole worm begins to moan. Glory. Do you think he might actually pull this off? Asked the Weasel. But the Weasel's hope proves unfounded. From beneath the shroud, brilliant light erupts, rending the specter's body. Calperion falls away, glancing off the pedestal as lightly as a handkerchief as he falls to the floor. In your mind, you hear his dying words. Curse on the undeath that twisted my mind. Brave warrior, follow thou upon my example and finish what I could not. I return forever to my rest. With that, the form dissolves. The Lich, wavering but still upright, looks at you with open hatred. There is no chance for trickery now. You must fight Harant face to face, but because Calperion's heroic sacrifice has weakened the Lich, It now has only 40 unlife points remaining, not the 100 listed in the combat table.
Oh my god.
That is not.
Wow.
That is not nothing.
That is not nothing.
Yeah, can you
Go
just
to
like
99C.
grenade the holy water at him?
just fucking kick. Just kick it, like punt it at him. Like,
Yeah.
oh, can you figure it out? Yeah. 99C. Harant the Lich has a century of experience and an arsenal of the most powerful magic known. Find its statistics on the combat table on page 160. Against this awesome opponent, you have no chances, except for the Staff of Waterdeep. If you have no pieces of staff, you perish with stunning speed against a powerful wizard, and your fate is best left undescribed. Your venture is over. But if you have one or more pieces of staff, go to 21A to find out how to use them in combat. But first, make a note of this section. After you finish the combat with Harant, return here.
All right.
Oh, so it's just like you don't need to find them all. You just.
Well,
so okay, wait, hold up. So once I want to see 160, right?
Yeah, 160 tells you what his stats are.
So Harant hits on an 11 or less and does 13 points of damage.
Wow.
And has 100.
That's good thing. Fucked up.
Good thing we have 2,900.
Good thing we have 2,986 hit points still. What page were we just on? Sorry?
99C.
Okay.
All right, so 21A to find out how to use the staff.
Yeah. 21A. All right. To use the Staff of Waterdeep in combat, run the combat in the usual alternating rounds, but instead of swinging your sword, you roll the die and consult the list that follows every time you attack in a round. Each number you roll indicates a piece of the staff. If you have that piece, you have activated it. Simply apply the effect listed. When the piece vanishes, then the piece vanishes. If you were adept in wizardry, perhaps you could use the staff without destroying the individual pieces, but there is nothing you can do about this now.
Are you just like throwing pieces at the guy?
Yeah. If you do not like the effect listed, you may choose instead to have that piece of staff heal you for all the damage you have sustained so far. Your unlife points return to the starting total. After each roll, cross off the piece from the list. If you roll that piece's number later in the combat, you may instead choose the next higher or lower remaining piece on the list. If you roll a piece of the staff you have never acquired, your attack this round has failed. Do not cross this off the list. If you roll the same number again, you fail again. If you run out of pieces or wish to stop using the staff, resume attacking with your sword. So, which ones did we find? Does anybody remember?
Yeah, I've got a list here. We've got iron. We've got unicorn horn. We've got ceramic. Yeah. We've got dragon tooth. We've got wooden, and we've got ice.
That's it?
Yeah, we've got six pieces.
6 pieces.
Oh.
You can see leaded gold and stone. It just says you do not have this piece.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, I mean, if we roll a 12, we just destroy him.
Yeah, 12 is an auto kill.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, I go.
All right.
4.
So 4. Wood. We have that. Forms a thorn barrier, reducing damage to 4 points total for the next 2 attacks to strike you. Okay, that's not that useful.
Well, Harant goes, hits me for 13. Fucking very cool.
4. He hits you. 2. Crystal. Nope. You don't have that one.
Oh, no. Oh, that was me. I don't know why I was attacking twice for Harant. Oh, well, whatever. Harant goes, hits me. Fuck, doesn't matter. I go, easy 12. Shit.
11 ivory you do not have.
Okay. Harant goes, hits me. Yeah. I go, easy 12.
4 is wood again, which means it doesn't do it now because the wood has been destroyed.
Broncos? Oh, I can't see that.
9.
That's 9.
I mean, we're literally just like fucking rolling until I hit a 12.
Yep.
Basically.
9 stone, you don't have that piece.
Broncos. It's me. I don't know. Fuck,
that was a 9.
3 iron. You have iron.
Oh,
that made it made a shield.
Oh wow! But that's pretty good. It reduces damage by half to all subsequent attacks.
Yeah.
Good one to get.
Okay, you know what? We roll a 12. Hey!
Well, theoretically there is another lich, which make a difference. But yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah, but well, whatever. We nuked the shit out of Huron. What
All right.
page? 99.
99C.
Completely destroy seems pretty good. If you win the battle, go to 64A. Sure.
Look, there's a 12 on the face. It's just, not rolling it.
Paul's just going to sit here and keep rolling until we hit a 12.
With Huron defeated, you feel both exalted and exhausted at the same time, but a burst of cold light signals that your battle is not over. Suddenly, Abraxa appears in a cloud of cold flame, shouting, "My husband! What has happened here?" The Lich sees the dissolving body that was Huron and hears the moans from 100 mouths in the walls of the chamber. "You! Well, Paladin," says the Lich, calmer now. "Nicely done. You have completed my second task admirably. Now, I shall ascend the bone throne and assume command." The Lich turns to face the throne, eyes glowing with ambition. Abraxa addresses you absently. "Give me the staff, Paladin, and then you may join the construct, for your sword blow makes both the Lich and you by surprise. But you will not become part of this ghastly worm." Biting deep into the wizard's skeletal the sword does indeed work against the Lich. Your Berserk Fury has reduced Abraxa to 70 unlife points instead of the 90 given in the combat table on 160, but the Lich survives. Abraxa twists away, now alert and dangerous. Against Abraxa, you have no chance, except for the Staff of Waterdeep. If you have no piece of the staff, you perish, but if you have one or more, blah, blah, blah.
Same thing as before?
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to say fucking I win.
How?
Great.
You need to find all the pieces, but the two that get destroyed, and then you need to not hit all your damaged stuff on Huron.
Yeah, because I don't get because the damaged ones, there's Dragon Tooth that does 30 damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's the Ruby that does 40 damage, Silver that does 20. Ceramic that does 20.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then there's the unicorn horn that kills the opponent. So you have to use unicorn horn on one.
You have to find Calperion.
You have to use unicorn horn on one and all the damage things on the other one.
Or you need to use you have to find Calperion.
Yeah.
You have to save him because there's no way that there's too much health on Huron and Abraxa. So then you need to hit damage on Abraxa or Huron probably, because he only has 40 health, right?
Yeah.
And then you need just instant kill.
We have a note in the chat. If you don't get the stupid Calperion ghost, there's just an option to tell the Liches they betrayed each other, and they both die.
No fucking way, man! This book sucks. This book.
All right. I kind of want to go back and check that. Let's continue on. And see what the actual ending of this is.
All right, you win the battle, go to 155A. With both Liches gone, you have accomplished your mission. Waterdeep is saved.
Hooray!
Good job, sport, says the Weasel, the only compliment you recall it ever making to you. Judging by what Huron said, Orcus, the demon lord of the undead, actually promoted this conspiracy as a mere diversion from a grander scheme elsewhere in the realms. Now Orcus must work without the diversion, and you hope your efforts allow other fighters to stave off that scheme, whatever it may be. For it appears that you yourself will not survive. You heard the worm construct moan, then scream as the Lich perished. Now, without their binding magic, the Bone Throne collapses like a bursting sack. The cathexis of the undead has collapsed. The engine of the Waterdeep's destruction is being destroyed. The walls of pain from 100,000 undead mouths deafen you. The wails of pain from 100,000 undead mouths deafen you. Veins in the walls burst like pipes, spraying blood over everything. The bone framework begins to fall apart into its individual skeletons. Wraiths are torn away with screeches of pain. Liquefied ghouls writhe bonelessly. "Out! Get out!" You hear the Weasel shout over the cerebricules yammering. You rush for the nearest tunnel, but it's already collapsed. Turning, you race for the worm's skull, enormous eye sockets. The worm's,
It's going to be a hell of a cleanup operation.
Yeah. Beneath you, the floor tilts and cracks as the ceiling falls. The entire mile-long construct and the tunnel holding it fall with a roar like the end of the world. You end your adventure as you began it, buried beneath the earth, but now you have thousands of companions. Amidst this squalor, it is almost a relief when your unliving energy departs and consciousness slips away. Have you marked evidence box D? If so, go to
Yes,
24A.
we have.
Oh, really? If you have not marked this box, and if you are using memory trace A, go to 31A. If you have not marked this box
no.
and are using memory trace B, go to 24A.
I'm concerned because I think evidence marked box D is the one we marked when we like backstabbed that guy.
24A. Let's find out. Read all the remaining sections of your memory trace. After you are done, return here.
Oh.
Okay.
So we were on memory 5.
Okay, so 155B.
Also, is it
You
just
have to tell just. Yeah, go ahead.
Is it just me, or does this seem like a worse ending than the stop everybody attacking Waterdeep, and also we get to be in charge of a bunch of undead?
Yeah.
Maybe, might be. I mean, we don't have to live through it, I guess, anymore.
Can one of you keep the page on the memory trace pages so I don't have to keep jumping back and forth?
Paul, I guess that's you.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry. What page is the memory trace pages?
Oh, it's down at the bottom. It's on our character sheet.
Oh, right.
Or sorry, right? Yeah.
So this is a memory trace. A tourist approaches you in Virgin Square. His jowls wobbled with fat, and his smock was stained with perspiration from Waterdeep's summer heat. "Excuse me, honored knight," he said. "Can you tell me the whereabouts of the City of the Dead, specifically the Hall of Sages and the Tomb of Scriblom, the leading botanist?" Wait, specifically? Fucking
Remember the blonde dude?
Right, yeah. That's the guy who wouldn't talk about anything other than...
Yeah.
Fucking Scriblom. You pointed the way to the cemetery, but you could not help in locating Scriblom. The tourist wouldn't leave just then, though, for he wanted to discuss, what was it? Wildflowers. The sage was said to be the greatest scholar of flowers in the field, so to speak. By the time you pried yourself away from this insane eulogy, you had decided this man was well suited for a visit to the Hall of Sages. Nobody but a dead man could come up with an endless talk on wildflowers. No doubt, Scriblom was equally dull.
All right.
All right, what's the next one, Paul?
So that was 5?
That was 155B, yeah.
I thought your memory trace A, right?
Yeah.
So 26D.
Okay. At least we get to find out the whole story. Amat dead, the wizard insane, Celia unconscious in the lich's grasp. Holding her by the throat with one bony hand, the monster brandished a dagger in the other. Oh, didn't we do this one? I think. You leaped like a panther, desperate to prevent her murder. You grabbed the good cleric's garment and touched your ring of far travel. No, we didn't do this one. 2 of the travel spells transported you both to safety back in town, even as the dagger struck the spot you occupied. You and Celia whispered thanks to Torm, mourned your lost comrades, and left town post-haste. Only one of the ring spells remained. Safety, you think. But why do you keep feeling you met Herant again? You cannot think. Your memory evaporates.
We did an earlier memory was where we got that.
The ring? Yeah.
Remember getting the ring. All right, next one is 125C.
Okay. 125. A month after your fight with the lich from the lich's lair, a large temple, complete with marble pillars and echoes from the ceiling, you and Celia worshipped at the altar, bound together in common service to your deity. You loved her. Yes, loved her like a sister.
Ooh.
A noise behind you, the crash of a falling vase. Hearing Celia's gasp, you turned and saw a pack of zombies, and behind them, Herant. He just shows up with his crew, like,
"I'm back, baby!"
You thought I was fucking dead, hey? Like, Herant, in your mind, a spectral voice. I do not take defeat lightly. The zombies approached, and the rest is too painful to remember.
Alrighty. 84C.
The temple, you and Celia, the Lich Herant's attack. The zombies approached. You cut them down, yet they kept coming closer. Celia leaped in front of you and held her medallion high, and the dead shied away. They crawled back like grubs fleeing from the light, but the lich stood fast. Around its gold headband, lightning crackled. Against it, the two of you had no hope. You thought of the ring of far travel. One spell left. One of you could get away and live to fight again. You touched the ring, clutched Celia, invoked the spell, and over her shouted protests, you sent her to safety. Then you faced the lich, head unbowed. I was hoping we would just teleport away.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm
so sorry. Gotta go.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I love you. Like a sister.
96 C.
Okay.
Some of you clearly haven't had sisters before. You would have totally done this to your sister.
Yeah. I would do this to my sister in a heartbeat. Sorry.
Yeet.
Sorry, Katie. Sorry, Katie. Fucking good luck with the lich. You do not remember dying, but after your death, you saw the lich. Huron, once more. The undead wizard gestured to its zombie minions, and you heard its voice in your mind. Bury him until I have need of him. This one could defeat the Braxa if any can. You stared up with undying eyes, and later you saw the clods of dirt fall upon your face as they began to bury you. The rest is darkness, but Huron did not raise you. Abraxa did. And how could Huron curse you with undeath, yet allow you to remain good at heart? You have no answers.
Wow. Man, Huron and Abraxa apparently are a couple and also like plotting to kill each other.
Yeah, they have a horrible. They just. I'm sure that like a lot of these problems could be fixed if they just fucking talk to each other.
Yeah, liches, poor communication skills.
Yeah. All right, what's the next one, Paul?
Next one is 68D.
Okay. A memory from the time in the grave when the weasel told you of your undeath and you fled from the knowledge. A memory of hands lifting you, not bony hands, but fully fleshed ones. Yet how cold and how long their nails. Rising up from the hole, you glimpsed a full moon and moonlight glistening on fangs. Vampires! One, a dark-haired woman, led by the others. They carried you out to a new grave in the city of the dead and buried you again, all in the blink of an eye, to your slowed perceptions. Replaying the fragmented memory, you recall the Queen Vampire's voice, bury him here until Abraxa has need of him. And then later, Harant will appreciate the poetic justice when his own assassin is used against him.
Okay, so
plans within plans.
Yeah. We never. I guess we maybe could have met those vampires at some point. We never met any vampires, did we?
No, I think there was the one who was hiding in the shadows.
Yeah, remember?
Oh, yeah. Right, yeah. 96 B is the final.
The final memory, huh? Harant, tall, skeletal, dressed in ochre robes, a gold headband circling a misshapen skull, ruby and emerald rings on withered fingers. You remember Harant. The lich incanted a spell, gesturing broadly over you while you looked up, helpless. In your mind, you heard its voice. Rest not. Come forth from death and serve me as my slave. It was not a request, but a command. Dying there on the altar, you knew the greatest terror of your life. Black waves surged up, heat washed over you, your pulse pounded in your ears, then it stilled. In cold, black emptiness, you floated. Insensate.
Yeah.
Insensate. You felt awareness of nothing except the pain of life's departure. But a sense of universal warmth and comfort came to you, the feeling that Torm was with you. You heard no voice, only felt an emotion of reassurance. The knowledge grew in your mind like a beautiful flower. You would not give way to the lich's evil. Torm could not rescue you from the lich's spell, on pain of disrupting the balance of the gods, but since you perished on his altar, he saw that you could still serve the cause you served in life. Okay. Do we remember where... Remember what page we were on?
We were on 24A.
Okay. All right. Blood. Shouting? Katina. Hair. That noise. Blast it all. Don't they know a fellow's trying to get some sleep? It's a sin. You awake to a voice that could shatter mountains. Rise, impetuous one. You have not earned your rest. You rise to your feet, aching and tingling in every limb. Cold air stings your lungs. Your neck is stiff, and you wince when you look up at the glow. But the light shining on you does not come from the brightening sky. No matter how you move, it remains just above your field of vision. Sir, you look, yeah, look how Torm just talks like this. You serve me, warrior. Torm does not release his vessels lightly. You fought well in your recent trial, but the felled oak is not set right as the winds grow clement. But you have much to atone. In Torm's service, no one betrays oaths, strikes foul blows, or victimizes innocence. No one gives way to jealousy or allows hatred to rule over friendship. To do so mocks great achievements. I weigh your deeds and find a balance. In justice, I give you new life, so that you may redress the scales. For what you have done, champion, honor falls upon you. And for what you have done, scoundrel, repent! The light fades. You inhale deeply. The air, which you imagine would taste so sweet when you could finally draw it in, carries a chill. You wear the simplest of tunics and carry no weapon. The cerebricule is gone, of course, and the weasel's voice has left you, returning to silence as it should. You have faced wizards powerful enough to blot out the sun. Wow, fuck. 300 just stole that fucking line. Fucking right from Night of the Living Dead, right?
Yeah.
Shit. And legions of undead monsters that would put armies to flight. Armed with but a single sword and with unmatched courage, you alone have saved an entire city from destruction. Honor upon you, champion. But there is blood on your hands. Thinking of Katina, and even of Corlo, you feel hot tears on your cheeks. They dry quickly in the chill winter wind. You stand on the high road north of Waterdeep. The city wall stands on the horizon, and the clouds of effluvium are wafting out to sea and dissipating like morning fog. Slapping your arms for warmth, you set out towards the city, resolved to do better in the future. Wow, that's the fucking ending?
Yep. Well, I mean, because we were a dick once, as Sarah put it in chat. If only we weren't a dick that one time.
Yeah, go with tone. Wow, that's it, huh?
Well,
we
did
did
bring
it.
us
All
back to
right.
life, though, so that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And we didn't even need to like find all the pieces, right?
I do like the "you alone saved the entire city." What about the other guy who sacrificed himself to?
What about Carperian? Or
He failed because he didn't save anything. You had to finish the job.
Yeah, you had to finish the fight.
He helped a little bit, though.
He helped a little bit.
No, silence.
Yeah. All right. Well, that book was actually good because it was well written.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, especially like the intro and this this whole like description of the of this like weird construct thing is very like visceral description. Like it's clearly trying to do something kind of cool with it.
Yeah. All right, gamers. That's it out of this episode of Dice Friends. Couple things before we go. This episode and everything else that Loading Ready Run brings to you is brought to you by support at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Chuck us a couple bucks, will you? Be nice. Let's just do everything that we got to do, and let's pay our large staff because we don't all work for free. Also, you can go to store.loadingreadyrun.com, go buy a hoodie or a shirt or a playmat or some dice or a mug or a water bottle or a bunch of other stuff that is very high quality that we will all attest for. And I think you should check it out. All right, everybody. Thanks to Paul and Beej for hanging out with me for all these books. And we will see you on the next one, whenever that is.
Bye.